Oh yes! Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. It is a cloudy Sunday on the Checkdown. Your boy is out here in costume for the first hour, and then we'll cool down and figure things out. See if you can figure what's good. It's your boy Rick here for 3 hours talking week 8. We got football right now. How about Isaiah Crow, 26-yard tote? Vikings fans, oh no. That was a little off the top of the dome for you guys. What's going on, babies? How we doing, everybody? Present. In my club, I will splash the pot whenever the bleep I please. Jay Allen is a dumpster juice. Hey, Billy Bob, I like that you're hitting me with the takes as soon as the show starts. I like that. That gives really good precedent for the show. Turning one mic down, turn another mic up. Hey, that's the stuff. What? It's the Checkdown. We do it every Sunday. This is Heavy.com's fantasy football show. I am live in this chair for 3 hours. My name's Rick. You can talk to me in the chat with whatever you want. If it's football, that's cool. If it's not, that's fine. 10-1, we have our quietest NFL day of the season. There are 6 teams on bye, which is the highest amount of the season, but it gives us a lot of opportunities to talk about matchups, to talk about free agents, to talk about waivers. So I'm getting real wavy on today's show. If you need a last-minute replacement, that is what I am here for. So do not hesitate to pop in and ask me about a last-second roster move. It's your boy. I had the Vikings early, and I'm wondering what's going on with them. The Browns, for all the Browning that they do, we don't really talk about how their run defense isn't horrible, which is good. Definitely a pass funnel defense. Definitely can keep them in the game, especially when you look at a team like Tennessee, who absolutely tried their hardest to commit to the run against Cleveland. You end up playing a 12-9 game just because you're so stuck in the mud about running, and Cleveland sells out one way, and if you want to beat them, you beat them the other way. So we'll see if they force Case Keenum to make a couple plays today. But after that, we have a great 1 o'clock slate and an equally delicious evening slate of games. Very interesting what's going to go on in Seattle and Houston with all the off-season things that happen, off-the-field things earlier this week. Schefter talked about how the Texans players might be thinking of walking off during the anthem, or what I think was really badass is peeling the stickers off their helmets. Like, if they all peeled their logo off their helmets, that is so defiant, and I love that. What's going on? Yeah, Paul, you watch from work. I love it. Even with the sound off, that's how I watch your streams, so you can watch my streams the same way. Hey, yo, XCOM 2, free on Xbox last 5 days. I've been cranking it. Hey, bang. What's going on, man? Do you like my costume? Costume is sweaty and not good, but I'm killing it. Ooh, people are replying to, we got tweets out on deck. Need Seattle to put up a serious amount of points today. Seattle D? I mean, it's very possible. Deshaun, so the thing with, the interesting part of that game from a schematic perspective, I'm Teddy KGB from Rounders, even though I'm not really repping any of it except for this. I'm just kind of dressing like it. But even this is not good. I just kind of rated, I wouldn't have a shirt that ugly. We'll watch the scene later. So it's interesting because Deshaun Watson, we're going to hail him as this top tier number one quarterback, but now he's going into Seattle, right? Against that cover 3, that blitzing, that aggressive, that Legion of Boom. And it's going to be interesting to see if Deshaun Watson is in fact matchup proof. And it's not going to be so easy. His big play guy, Will Fuller, is going to line up on Richard Sherman about half the time, the way they move him around. And the Seattle defense can go man for man against the Texans receivers. They're not overwhelmingly skillful. What's going on, Albin? Did I make the right choice with Diggs over Fuller and Standard? Absolutely. We're talking about Fuller right now. Going to spend a lot of time on Richard Sherman. And what's important is, like, the Seahawks have outstanding safety play. And that's the kind of stuff that Will Fuller looks to exploit because he's the deep ball guy. 100% would not have Fuller in my lineup today. But what I wanted to say is that the rushing of Deshaun Watson could make a huge difference today. If they go RPO, if they try to keep Seattle's defense guessing, that is where they'll start to score some points. And on the other side of the ball with the Seahawks, they're going to really start rolling now that they're in the later month of the season. You saw them against the Giants. Granted, the Giants couldn't move the ball for Dick, but Wilson looked good with his feet, making plays. Him and Baldwin are starting to heat up. And if you go in reverse, the passing game will start to open things up for the run, and then Seattle starts looking like the December team we have projected them to be the last 5-6 years. So it'll be a very interesting, definitely the most interesting game of that 4 o'clock slate. Excited to see it. Just that's two teams on the playoff bubble, and we'll see where they go. Let's take a look at today's schedule and see what we're going to talk about for the next 3 hours of show. So right now, we're going to break down today's show, talk about all things we're going to talk about. Then we're going to look at our tier rankings for today for all our fantasy games. Then we're going to talk about the BYEPOCALYPSE that is today. 6 teams on bye. No Aaron Jones, no DeMarco Murray, no Gurley, no Evan Ingram. And then we're going to do power rankings. I like our power rankings today. And I have video of last week's power rankings because they were a train wreck. I posted them on Twitter. I thought people really liked them. And maybe at like 10:40 or something, if we got a good amount of people in, I'll let that rip because I think it's pretty funny. Rookie route runner rankings. Everyone's talking about these rookie rusher rankings. We're going to talk about the rookie route runners because route runners need love too. Then we'll do some deep ads, not deep cuts. Some deep ads, not deep cuts. Deep ads, because there's a lot of players that are coming back from short-term injured reserve. So if you have a little bit of roster flexibility, there's going to be some pretty significant moves you can make in the next week. As you know, we're going to end with a live snake draft, live draft on draft. We won again last week, dominated. We had a Brady Cooks stack, and we won easily in the late game. It was molto bene, and we're looking to win our 5th or 6th tournament out of 8 weeks of the show when we get to that segment. As always, if you got a question, if it's not about football, pitch it. If it's not about, fantasy, pitch it. We want to talk. I want to talk to you. I want to have this going. I want to get this going. Let's develop, right? So that's what we're going to talk about for the next 3 hours. Treat this like a radio show. Don't hang around. Pop in, pop out, go about your morning, make some coffee, make some Gordon Ramsay eggs. Let's get it poppin'. What's up, Nico? Thanks for checking out the show. Always appreciate it. Russ Wilson or Kirk Cousins standard scoring format. Cousins has a tasty matchup today at home against the Cowboys. I love the game script. I love his production lately. It is a toss-up play between Wilson and Cousins. I lean Wilson because of the rushing yards. And at home, but Cousins is definitely going to have a very strong passing game. I like Cousins to finish with more passing yards, and but Russell Wilson's going to outrush him. So give me Cousins based on game scripts because I really do think the Seahawks in part can shut down what the Texans do just by crowding the box and putting pressure on Watson, but like a contained pressure, just like don't let him out. Don't let him out. And I do think Cousins and the Cowboys will just go back and forth, a lot like Monday night, where even if the Eagles get ahead, Cousins can be passing into the fourth quarter, and then the stats will slowly start to build and build and build. If you're starting Kirk Cousins, you got to be worried about his receivers, though. Just his attacking options. It sounds like Josh Doxson's going to be the number one guy, but everyone else has pretty much disappeared. It's crazy what losing Deshaun Jackson does for your route schemes, because he was able to go past the safeties, force a drop back, and let Cousins work underneath. And it's just not happening anymore. It's just not available to him because you don't have that burner. So it'll be interesting to see where how that game goes, Dallas, Washington. It's a really big game. But I have no problem starting either of those quarterbacks. I would say take Cousins and Wilson, very good, but I think last week's blow up, it was huge last week, but I think it was as much game script as anything because the Giants really just kept punting it back and punting it back because they couldn't move the ball. They can't move the ball, they can't run, they can't throw. So when you can't run, you can't throw, you punt. Albin, 2 weeks in a row. I see you, man. Hanging out with us. You like Wilson or Winston today? I like Jameis Winston, and we're going to get into that today. I have a segment on Jameis Winston. I have some graphics, and we'll talk about it, and I think you'll like what you see. Jameis Winston is very much creeping underrated in terms of the quarterback rankings. Tony! What's going on? The Fedora Man in the building. Do you like my Halloween costume? I'm going to probably be out of it by 11. So now that OJ Howard seems pretty cute, Albert! Now OJ Howard seems pretty cute, Cameron Brate or Jimmy Graham. I mean, we love OJ Howard. The thing about OJ Howard is his snaps have not gone up or down. He's always been out there. He's just been blocking. I still think Cameron Brate is an every week tight end. He dominates red zone touches. He scores very consistently. I have no reason for taking Cameron Brate, out of my lineup, especially for the other tight end. Yeah, the big plays exist, but that's just not something we can project. Cameron Brate has had steady production. Winston looks for him, and you can't quantitate that. You can't just project that. You can't project this is going to be the guy's favorite receiver. Winston likes Brate. He looks for him in the red zone. He's a big target. Jimmy Graham, not the favorite. Doug Baldwin's the favorite. Who's the favorite baby? Cameron Brate's a favorite baby. I got to start one tight end out of those three. I'm starting Brate every week. I don't feel bad about it. Even if Howard scores, I don't feel bad about it because that just means his position's getting work and Winston is looking there. And he's not locking in on Mike Evans like a lot of young quarterbacks would. Tony, it's not Run DMC. No, but that's a decent guess. Run DMC, the underneath. The outer, yes. The underneath, negative. All night long, you check, you trip me. I guess that's kind of a spoiler. Check down week 8. This is Heavy.com's fantasy football show. If you've never been to Heavy.com, just check it out one time. It is a viral news website. Politics, entertainment, some sports. We're growing. And we work on it, man. We're out here. So definitely pop over there. But they give me the ability to do this every week. And I love doing this every week. So thank you so much for hanging out with the show. Nah, dude. Not Run DMC. Not at all. All right. Let's move on. Let's do our tiers. Because last week the questions come in. And once the questions start coming in, you really can't pop off on the segments like you want to. And it's not like I don't love talking. I just work on these segments. I want to do them too. So let's look at our schedule today. Oh, jokes. Guys, speaking of which, need them London updates. I be needing them London updates. Oh, Trump's taking a poop. With that being said, should I go with Chris Thompson or Amari Cooper because of his big week last week? That is a tough one. I really like Chris Thompson this week. I think they're going to need him, but his touches are limited. Cooper's targets were just out of control. And in Buffalo, not great weather, decent defense. I know he had the huge 1 week, but I would be Thompson definitely a safer pick. As not safe as he is because he's only touching the ball around 12 times a game. Thompson is the floor play. Amari Cooper, 12 minutes left in the second. Should I drop? Yeah, so I would go with Thompson over Cooper unless you really need a big game. If you played against like Alex Collins and Ravens defense, you're trying to get some big plays going. Throw me Amari Cooper. Let's shoot the moon on it. Who should I drop? Should I drop Rashard Matthews for Corey Davis? Absolutely. That's a money move. Don't dance. That's a money move. Corey Davis is going to be immediately productive when he comes back after the bye. He should be owned. He should be owned in every league. If you don't own him, that's okay, but somebody should own him. I'm not saying Odell Beckham. but it's in play. He's very, very good. Yeah, Crowell got that tote. You fucking know it. Missed that XP. You know it, dude. PPR cute. Who's Robust Rob? Is that Fat Rob? Is that Round Rob? Is that Round Rob? Oh, I forgot it did this. Ah, buttons. Hotkeys. Hotkeys and talkies. If it is Rob Kelly, I would probably go Benny Fowler. The Broncos are going to have to move the ball. And Chiefs secondary is a little banged up. But you know Marcus Peters is going to be on Demaryius Thomas. So if that's the case, you should probably go and exploit the weaknesses in the secondary. Benny Fowler can make some plays. Hasn't always gotten his looks, but they draft him to be productive, and productive he shall. Rob Kelly's just not moving it for me. I don't know if you guys watch Monday Night Football. I was just not impressed by anything Rob Kelly did. And then Chris Thompson comes in, and he turns the corner so fast, and he's just electric with the ball. And it's like, do you not see what I see, Jay Gruden? Are you not seeing this? This doesn't seem like such a hard thing. One guy, clearly better than the other guy. Getting a little whiny, but woof. I got both Wilson and Winston, so can I trade Winston for Mac? Why you want to trade Jameis? Why not trade Russ? I feel like I should do this Winston segment because Albin's like, yo, I want to move Jameis Winston. And I'm going to be like, I don't think you want to do that. Jameis Winston has been very, very good this season. He's been very good to you on your bench, very likely. So let's just not try and trade him for backup running backs on the worst, maybe the worst team in football right now. Marlon Mack, exciting player. But when you think about game script, a lot like that guy Crowell, oh, well, there it is, Albin. The truth is out. I'm a Seahawks fan. You tried to hide it. You really did. You kept your cards close to the chest, kid. I bet it 20 grand. He doesn't say that. I was gonna bring my acoustic guitar and be Kumbaya guy. Kumbaya. Wait. Kumbaya. Wait, hold on. Is this chord? It's a G. Kumbaya. I love that guy. No, Marlon Mack, great addition, great little piece. But as far as trading a quarterback, you could just get a little bit more. I know you don't want to trade him. I know. I figured that, Albie. We'll talk, Albie. Whoa, that's a high collar. Count Drax, dude. Drax them clowns. Hogan, Garcon, Bryant, Kelvin Benjamin. Martavis Bryant can get dropped, dude. Martavis Bryant is on the scout team. He is a scout team player and should be treated as such until he proves himself. Otherwise, it is so severe. It is very hard to admit to yourself. Just do it, man. Just let him go. Well, Dwayne Brown told Josina Anderson, oh, the Texans won't remove, oh, Des Bryant. That's a much better Bryant. You wouldn't have Martavis. You weren't a Martavis guy. Josina Anderson says Dwayne Brown says 65 to 70% of players will kneel, won't remove helmet decal. I think removing the helmet decal would have been track some clowns. I think removing the helmet decal would be the most salve thing you could do. I love it. It's like throwing the jerseys on the floor, the Clippers players. But I like this Schefter tweet. Teams, I don't know if was it Schefter? Pro Football Talk. Teams have inquired about trading for the rights to Calvin Johnson. What? Can you imagine starting Calvin Johnson week 12? Like this year? Imagine starting Calvin Johnson like on Thanksgiving, like fantasy playoffs. Ah! I couldn't even, that'd be definitely the latest arrival for a great player we've ever seen. I don't even think he would move the needle. Everybody would pick him up and he would get like 2 targets. But can you imagine if he dominated? To me, when we look back on this season, the craziest thing that have happened will have been, chill. The craziest thing that have been the Adrian Peterson breakout game. It, in retrospect, makes so little sense. So little sense. And now that it's Drew Stanton at quarterback, it will 100% not happen again. I'm not getting the hiccups today. We're breaking that streak. And if I do, I'm drinking through a napkin because it resets your diaphragm. I've been doing some research. Searching and searching and such. All right, pick 3 for Dan. Hogan, Garcon, Bryant, Kelvin Benjamin. I like Hogan, Bryant, Kelvin Benjamin. Real easy. Garcon's got the game script, but he's dealing with weather, so I just don't trust CJ Beathard and a vertical passing game in that weather against the Igs. Not to mention, like, Hoyer loved Pierre Garcon. Like, Hoyer looks for the top guy. He's really good at that. Remember, he gave DeAndre Hopkins like 160 targets. He was feeding Pierre Garcon. Rookies don't really do that. Rookies don't really gravitate towards that. They try to spread it around, make the smart read every time, and they don't want to ever force the ball as a rookie. The optics are bad. So it's just not happening right now. So give me the other 3, especially because the other 3 are like pretty elite wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2s. What's up, Budo? Thanks for hanging. Your Halloween costumes, fuego. I hope this one's decent. It's really not, but it's a, lame movie reference. Picked up Andy Dalton in a league. Should I stream him versus the Colts? My other QB is Alex Smith. I think so. I think that's fine. Positive game script like we've talked about, but also they could be running the ball in the second half. I think AJ Green's going to get there. Optics, baby. Put it on the board. So Andy Dalton, when Andy Dalton's been good, Andy Dalton's have good games. 0 touchdowns first 2 games to start the season. OC gets fired. I believe he went and threw 4 touchdowns his next 2 games. He still threw 2 touchdowns against the Steelers. People say, oh, how did Andy Dalton play? How did Andy Dalton play against the Steelers? Oh, in the last play of the game, he threw the ball away on a 4th down instead of taking a sack. That's how Andy Dalton played. And something that would sum it up. That would sum up Andy Dalton's performance. That he would throw it away instead of trying to make a play on 4th down when the game's out of hand. But he threw 2 scores in the first. He had 2 scores in the first quarter. Like, they drove down the field in the first half. Didn't make the adjustments in the second half. But Andy Dalton has been more than serviceable when the matchups are right. I have no problem streaming Andy Dalton, especially when you have Alex Smith related, or rather Denver related concerns. Oh, I just read Tony's message. That is heartbreaking. All right, Budo, I think we're good on that. I traded Matt Ryan for Carson Palmer and Evan Engram last. Oh, it hurts to read, man. Ugh, I have Deshaun Watson and got a tight end I needed, so I didn't panic that bad. But what a trade for the other guy, right? I mean, Matt Ryan's a regression candidate, obviously. They're second in yards per play, but they're not scoring points like they were last. He's not going to win MVP this year. Yeah, it sucks. To me, it sounds like you traded Matt Ryan for Evan Engram. Sick deal, brah. If you have Deshaun Watson, let it fly, dude. And then that's where we are. Ooh-wee. Let's get to these tiers. We moved off it, and now we're back on it. Week 8. So this is tier 1 games with the highest scoring potential. Obviously, Chargers Patriots is in there, but the way that people have talked about the Patriots defensive adjustments kind of scares me because they obviously gave up buckets of points the first couple weeks, and then last couple weeks, Tampa, Atlanta, some measured scoring performances, a little bit less than we thought we were going to see. So by that measure, I would be just a smidge concerned about the Patriots getting into a rhythm with their zone, kind of going back to basics and playing sound defense. But they're still going to give up 20 points because they can't rush the passer. So there it is. Cowboys versus Washington, 20 points each. Book it. Everyone's getting into the end zone 3 times. So that should be a really fun one. Those games just can't be low scoring. They just can't. Josh Norman's back, but Dez torched him the last time they played. And you know Dez looks forward to those big-time matchups, so I wouldn't hesitate to play him in a game like this. Panthers-Bucks has shootout potential written all over it. The Buccaneers' defense has been outright terrible this season. The Panthers blitz more than any other team in the league, and Jameis Winston is one of the league's best quarterbacks throwing into the blitz. Mind blown! I think there could be a lot of points there. I hope the weather stays honky-dory and we can get through that one clean. Tier 2, sneaky shootout potential. Sneaky shootout potential. For some reason, Broncos Chiefs, the score keeps climbing. Tyreek Hill does something. It was easier with Emmanuel Sanders making big plays, but the Chiefs defense is not otherworldly. They've also struggled with pass rush, and I think that's a good reason the Chargers were able to dominate the Broncos so well, is because the Chargers pass rush is super duper real. And that's why they might give Tom Brady some problems, because they got Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram, and it causes real problems for quarterbacks and lines. Texans Seahawks, if the Texans want to score, the Seahawks will match it, but I think that this is a good fantasy matchup for the quarterbacks and for the running backs, but not much else. Just average. You got to play your studs in that matchup, but don't look for any game breakers. Game breakers were it was game breaker. Was that NBA Street had game breakers? Because I remember NFL Street had game breakers, but NBA Street had the backboard stuff, and then it was like a triple alley-oop, and then it would break the backboard, and then the other team would like lose points. Yeah, you would gain points, and the other team would lose points. That was super good. But then in NFL Street, you would just be like a monster. Game breaker. I think that's what they were called. To each his own. Tier 3. Bang. Pump the brakes on these. Weather is going to be an impact. Defense is going to be an impact. Game script is going to be an impact. Falcons Jets has weather issues, but I also think that of the 3 games, there is some sneaky shootout potential here too, just because the Jets are a pass funnel. They give up a lot of passing yards. They stuff the run. The Falcons, you know how they love to move the ball. I just need to see a Julio Jones game where I'm going to trade him. I'm so sick of not getting value for this guy. He's so talented. And Sark did that thing. Quinn did that thing where it's like, oh, well, we really got to get the ball to our star. We got to get the ball to Julio more. What are you telling that to a reporter for? Tell it to your offensive coordinator. Tell it to your quarterback. Tell it to someone who's going to do something about it. I guess fuck the Eagles. Kyle's trying to get a little parlay cracking. I would worry about the 13 because of the weather. Julio, man, it's been absolutely insane. We know he's good. The line hasn't changed. Play calling. Oh, I skipped the Eagles. Yeah. I skipped Niners Eagles. Sorry. So there is a possibility for a high scoring game. I will start all my Eagles. I will start Niners. It's tough because it's a pass funnel defense. The Eagles are actually the league's #1 run defense. I don't know if you're aware of this. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Doesn't always happen. And this game, Niners Eagles, is going to be severely affected by weather today. So keep an eye out for that. Kyle, I would probably lean more towards Eagles team total than a -13. Just, I don't know. I'm probably overthinking this one. I stared at this game for way too long yesterday trying to bet on it because I feel like I should just be betting against the Niners every week. But the points are a lot, and the Eagles, I don't know, short week, tough game, divisional game last week. This is just such a trap game for them. And I wanted to see it blow up survivor pools too. Falcons Jets, sneaky shootout potential. Steelers Lions. These are 2 teams that have no problem playing a defensive running game. Steelers Lions would both likely prefer a very boring game tonight. That'd be hilarious. I don't think I wouldn't enjoy it. I like it. The Steelers defense has stepped up in the last couple weeks. They kind of took the Jacksonville game personally when Leonard Fournette took a big dump on their chest. And the Lions are really good too. The Lions got torched by the Saints, but really they got torched by the Saints defense. Drew Brees did not have a great game in that day. And I think that people are kind of sleeping on that Lions defense and that interior. Le'Veon Bell's going to get his touches. Steelers always better on the road, but watch out for the Lions here. I got the under there because I just think that's going to be a sneaky 2014 game. I just think points are going to be at a premium. Both teams really need that game too. Colts Bengals, that's a shit show. Start all your Bengals. Start all your Bengals. Tier 3 is like these one-way matchups that I just can't. Oh, Cleveland Steamer. There you go, Tony. You got it. I've been thinking about Not Another Teen Movie lately. Oh, that's so sad. I can't believe no one's taking a dump on your chest. Tier 4, not great, Bob. Bears, Saints. Bears, Saints could get really ugly. But here's a fun fact. If the Saints turn it over and the Bears get ahead, get a lead, Jordan Howard might have 50 carries. They might really work that man. Because they're going to try to keep the ball away from Drew Brees as long as possible, and rightfully so. And I think knowing that Trubisky's going to throw the ball less and less, they're just going to try to put themselves in the best possible position to win. Great flick. I mean, maybe the greatest cinematic musical medley. I don't know if it's a song. I don't know if it's exactly a song. It probably is. But just because it's so disjointed, maybe the greatest song in any movie ever. Like, At the Prom Tonight is such an all-time banger. And it's just like, oh, Jamie's Got a Gun is a great part of the movie too, but like the scenes in that like the progression and the little things, I listen to it a lot. Not great, Bob. Tier 4. Bears, Saints could get ugly, and Raiders, Bills, another one. I like the Bills here. The Raiders are going to Buffalo, west to east, and they have to try to figure out Buffalo's pass defense that honestly is a top 10, but kind of got slammed by Tampa because, you know, Jameis is really good. But Buffalo puts the heat on. They did just trade their best D tackle, and we'll see how that impacts the run game. But the Raiders got no Marshawn Lynch. Raiders got no Marshawn Lynch. So you got to figure out who to start there. Just from a fantasy perspective, it's just a mess. Tyrod Taylor and LaShawn McCoy, the only guaranteed starts in that game. I'm firing up Crabtree where I can too. Those are today's game outlooks. I'm not going to lie, this is like a sad page. There's just not enough football games in front of me. Like 11 games? Like that's all I get today? Like, that's so disappointing. Anyway, just picked up Chris Thompson and Brait off waivers in a league. Is 6. Ooh, touchdown Thielen. Spice Grill. I got a decent amount on the Vikings. Just kind of hanging. What's up, Scott? Thanks for hanging. 10-man league. What is this? A league for ants? Vape shop kids league. Oh my god. Yeah, it's the kids of vape shop owners. Just a bunch of children. Okay, Fedora. Trubisky has to throw at least 20 passes tonight. The Bears can't depend on pick sixes with New Orleans. I mean, yeah, but here's the thing, Tony. Trubisky threw 12 passes 3 weeks ago. Then he threw 8 passes. And then last week he threw 4 passes. Or no, last week he threw 8 passes. So this week he's going to attempt 4 passes. But you know what that means? Next week. 0 passes. They're just going to run it. Triple option. Georgia Tech coming at you. I love that. Chris Thompson and Brait just sitting on waivers. I hate that waivers. I hate that league. In your face. Guys, I know the chat is overwhelming right now, but if you have something that just can't wait, we have this board. It's called the emoji board, and if you super chat at the bottom of this YouTube page, you can put whatever you want on that emoji board. There have been a flurry of new additions. Let's just take a look at that in all its glory. It's like legitimately full, and I can't wait. I don't know if I should retire it or frame it. I think I'm going to take a picture and then get like a glossy photo. And then we do like emoji board season 2. And then I love that. I love that. But we'll see. I'm probably most proud of the coffin. The coffin came out so good. But I don't know why we drew a coffin. So, you know, let's go. Ooh, Thielen making it pop. Okay, but wait. How much time is left in the first half? Because I got some overs and I got some unders. Is it close to the end of the half? Can we sneak in a field goal? We sneak in a quick tray. The Titanic. The boat is really good. It does kind of look Titanic-y too. It's got some Titanic stuff going on. I think the pickle's good too. The pickle's OG. Old school pick life. Wait, the Vikings missed the extra point? Blocked. 12.5 points in the half. 12.5 points in the half. Maybe they'll finish with 12. Maybe they'll finish with 12. First bad beat of the day. 10:45. First bad beat of the day. That's terrible. That like, oh, that hurts. Especially because the Browns were over under 6.5 for the first half. And I was like, they're going to get a touchdown. It's London. They're going to draw something up. They get a tipped pick and go right down the field. And they still finish under. They scored 6, 5, 8 plays into this game. I hate when the easy thing is the right thing. That doesn't make sense. But the overthink is what gets you broke. Big if true. Hugh Jackson, best coach all time. Big if true. Him and Girardi, 1 and 2. All right, 10:40. Let's okay, let's bring it back. God, I gotta recover from that. I gotta recover from that beat. Center, center, center. Be the ball. Be the ball. Be the ball. So last week I did power rankings live from Comic-Con. It was a technical disaster. We were in iMovie during the show trying to fix it, and eventually we sweated ourselves to the point of stress and we scrapped the whole thing. Today we redeem ourselves. We have finished this clip. We have it ready. I am going to show it to you. I love you guys. You deserve this. This is last week's power rankings at Comic-Con. Enjoy. This is one of the more tremendous cosplays I've seen today.
Cosplay?
Sir, you showed up and you described your costume in one word to me, and I said, what are you? And you said,
I'm Jewish.
Hava Nagila. How about that? You're really repping here.
I am.
What's with these? What's with the boots?
I'm a professional wrestler.
Oh, really?
On top of being Jewish, I wrestle every weekend up and down the East Coast, internationally.
Okay.
I throw my hat at people. I hit people with bagels.
Oh my God.
My name is Matthias Glass, the Hasidic Outlaw.
Is that because Hebrew Hammer was taken? It just
I
seems
don't like that one.
Finish this sentence. Baruch atah Adonai.
No. I failed Hebrew. I am the Hasidic Outlaw for a reason. My family does not condone what I do.
This is a fantasy football show. Do you play?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Okay. Can you give me your top 5 Jews? We do power rankings. It's a big thing.
It's definitely not going to be in football.
No. Thank you.
Okay.
I got that.
All right. Goldberg from WCW.
Great pick. That's 5.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Great pick.
Yeah, Barbara Streisand, Don Rickles.
Top 5 Jews. We're doing top 5 Jews.
Larry David.
Can you cut a promo right now as the Matthias Glass? I'm here with Matthias Glass. He's got a big matchup against the indomitable Pope. Matthias, how do you plan on winning this matchup?
This Saturday, I'm going to be Jewish at UWA Elite. Listen, boy chick. I'm one of the chosen people. Not only am I one of the chosen people, I'm the chosen people's chosen person. At the end of the match, I'm going to hit you with the menorah punch, and then you're going to get circumcised. Oi!
I can't believe you didn't think it was Jewish.
I don't know. Jews are very
Get
diverse.
out of here!
All right.
He's going to be walking for 40 years. Did you guys like that? Was that good? Did you have fun? Did you have fun, kids? That was what I did at Comic-Con. I wanted to show you guys that long time ago. It was so absurd. It was so absurd. I just see the hair, and I had to get him in there. There are so many funny things in that tight little clip. When he pulled the bagel out of his pocket, I was like, this guy is so far in. He's just so committed. And I like that. Okay, so Comic-Con is for dressing up as your favorite heroes. He chose to dress up as himself. He's cosplaying as his own made-up character. What was your opening line, dude? I chuckled hard. Having Nagila. I was like, you said you described your costume in one word. I'm Jewish. Having Nagila. On my opening line, I thought my last line was great. That was total ad-lib. He's going to be walking for 40 years. I love that his parents don't... I hit him with the Hebrew. And he was so scared. He was so scared when I hit him with the Hebrew. And it was like... his recoil. I liked how high his voice was. And I was like, did you pick your name because Hebrew Hammer was taken? He's like, I don't like that name. I was just like... He gets that all the time. This weekend, I'm going to be Jewish. Like, yeah. Why just this weekend? Yeah, that's when he wanted to not be Jewish anymore. It was all cool until the actual Judaism came into play, and he was like, whoa, I don't want to do anyone. I don't want to be a part of this. I'm not so chosen. But I do like the chosen people's chosen person. I love that. I'm not just a chosen people. I'm the chosen people's chosen person. That is hysterical. Like, props to that guy. Now, what I want to know is when he wrestles, does he wear the hair? Because it's so big. It's so big. And also, he's not in good shape. He's not in good shape for a pro wrestler. God, I have so many opinions. I got more Comic-Con stuff. I guess we'll talk about it next week. I'll get some more footage slapped together. Now that I know how to play it without lagging it up. But no. So that's where we're going. What's going on, moles? Thanks for hopping in, boys. I'll see you later, probably. Unless, we're not chilling. Ravens D, very clutch. Another classic overthink by people. We have a backup quarterback that needs 4 days to prepare against one of the league's best defenses. We chilling. Crazy. Happy Suns. I'm actually filling my flex spot with Wendell Smallwood instead of T.Y. Hilton. I love T.Y. I hate Indy's pass game. Sad. Well, the funny thing is, Cincinnati's got a top 10 pass defense. I don't know what's so funny about that, but it just makes sense. It's the right move. Like, starting Smallwood against the Niners, like, that's a great game script move. This shirt is so... The collars on this combo are so aggressively... Like, what is going... Yeah. Let me get 5 minutes like this. Let's find... Oh, Dion Lewis, Amir Abdullah, Sanu, and MFL. No PPR, pick 2. Dion Lewis and Abdullah. Dion Lewis has PPR upside. So actually, give me Sanu because he's going to get in the end zone because of the passing defense of the Jets is a little bit more forgiving. They'll put the 1 on Julio. They'll double Julio, put Jamal Adams up, and then you'll get Sanu. Sanu is actually the one benefiting most from Sarkisian's switches than anybody else. He's getting more targets, more red zone targets than he's ever seen. Good start this week against the Jets. I'm going to actually save that one for this week. That's a good one. Sanu and Abdullah. Sanu and Abdullah over Dion Lewis. Sanu Abdullah, not Dion Lewis. It's not like a or. Dion Lewis, what are you going to do? I personally think, I know you're going to call me crazy, and for some reason you're going to call me biased, but I think Rex Burkhead gets in the end zone today. How about it? 9-6 Minnesota. Who's got the ball? Yeah, but Cleveland's on the 1 yard line. Yeah, touchdown Kaiser. Tony, man, bad reporting. Bad reporting, Tony Fedora. Just about halftime. We're just getting ready to run it. Touchdown, Cleveland. Hot dog it. That's actually really bad for your boy because I got Minnesota -7. The spreads are about to get really wacky because it's about to be a 5-point game. The Browns are up, so they can sell out. That's actually really provocative. I don't feel great about that. But the London hopefuls are getting a good one, and that matters. If Kaiser doesn't turn the ball over, the Browns really can't. They literally can't be terrible because they're too basic. Minnesota needs big turnovers. And if they're the ones throwing picks, Cleveland's going to win this GD game. That's just the way it is, which is so awful because I picked the Vikings and I have the Vikings in a prop to win the North. And that one looks really good right now. Guys, we're finishing up on the first hour of the Checkdown Week 8 edition. It's ya boy. We are ripping through these fantasy questions. Tony! Tony is a funny guy. Not a lot of you know this, but I know this because I read everything in the chat. Armel, Golden Tate is going to play today and should be productive. Let's get a stretch. Ugh. Golden Tate's going to play and he's going to be productive. The Steelers defense is very good. I don't know if he's going to have a great game. It is indoors. It is prime time. If you need him, if it's PPR, I'll chuck him in. I'm not starting Galladay. I'm probably still going to start Marvin Jones. We'll see what that happens. No, am I funny to you? Am I amuse you? I like a clown? No, man. Just let it happen. Just take the compliment. Armel, that's fine, man. A lot of people are playing stuff this week because they have to. So don't get tied up on oh no's, because oh no's can quickly turn into oh yes. A lot of players are on bye, and if you're stressed about your team, the guy you're playing this week is also stressed about buys. One of your favorite movies of all damn time. Rocky's great. Rocky 1 has like incredible like cinematography. Like it's a beautiful movie. I went to Dunkin' today. Oh! Look at this guy. I like when people make themselves known in the chat and then I get to talk to them. Back like I forgot something. I'm something. Rolling, rap, running, rock, running. Abs like I'm trying to get a flat stomach. Like Wayne, a personal trainer. My aim is perfect, I'll brain ya. Period like the remainder. I wish I could be. That's a bop right there. Okay, so Doug Martin, Lamar Miller, Chris Thompson, pick 2 PPR. I have no problem going. Tony's funny. Fuck you guys. Doug Martin, Chris Thompson are the PPR choices. Lamar Miller is Deontay Foreman is creeping into Lamar Miller's workload more and more. Not to mention that he's not a PPR workhorse in the slightest. However, Lamar Miller is your vitamins. Sometimes you just gotta take your vitamins. It's not a sexy pick by any means, but sometimes you just gotta take your vitamins. So if you're not feeling Chris Thompson's touches, if you think Doug Martin's gonna get boxed out, I personally think you're fine on both of those, even though they're passing offenses. I think Lamar Miller's more likely to score than Doug Martin, but the Bucks are 100% gonna score more points than the Texans. So it's a toss-up, but with PPR upside, I want Martin. Sorry if someone already asked, Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins. TR, it's really funny because someone asked that exact question. That was actually the first question we've talked for the year. Zach, what's up, man? We're doing, power rankings are worst things. I don't know how to phrase this. Worst trick-or-treats? Worst things in your Halloween bag? Anybody get a pencil for Halloween ever? Trick-or-treating? That's what we're doing today. Power rankings at 11:30 every week, boy. Okay, so Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins. I do think Russell Wilson is coming on strong. Great game last week. Jenna needs to know Alex Smith or Cam Newton. Jenna should go with Cam Newton, rushing upside, plus Tampa defense, plus positive game script. Tell her I said hi, and tell her I said I'm going to save that one because I think that that's a good comparison to reflect back on next week. Cam over Alex Smith. Bingo! So we talked about this earlier in the show, TR. Cousins and Wilson are very similar plays. Wilson is definitely starting to come on strong. But last week was absolutely Russell Wilson's peak. Mwah, Tony, I love you. Whatever you want me to draw on this emoji board, you super chat, emoji board. That's how this works. Tony can ask any question he wants now. We immediately stop the show. He can ask anything he wants, and I'm going to draw whatever he wants, PG, on the emoji board behind me. Tony, you know I got red, green, black, and orange. So with that in mind, I am out here for you. And I'll talk about Kirk Cousins a little bit. Lacking the weapons, but definitely moving the ball better than the Seahawks. I just think that we're getting high on Russell Wilson's last week, which was his absolute peak because the Giants couldn't do anything with the ball. He had the ball the entire game. The Giants weren't able to blitz and pressure and contain the scramble. The Giants have always had a problem with scrambling quarterbacks, especially under Spags, and it just gets exacerbated by Russell Wilson, who's just crazy stupid amounts of elusive. I do think he'll have a strong game, but I think Cousins is going to be in a bona fide shootout today, and when that happens, we got to go with our horse, and I'm okay with Cousins today. I think it's going to be, even if Cowboys get up, like in the Eagles game on Monday night, TR, again, sorry guys if we've been here, but I talked about this earlier, Cousins will put up consistent points for 4 quarters. I think we're going to be fine starting Cousins, and I'm okay with that. Do I start Phillip Rivers, Matt Bradford? Def Matt Bradford. Throw Matt Bradford in your lineup with no hesitations. Matt Bradford won't finish with a negative score today. TR, thank you so much. This is my live show. You came in here on your own accord. Thank you so much. I do hope you stay because we're doing BS Power Rankings at 11:30, and we are hanging out. And this is what we do here. I got a couple of nice segments, and I got 2 hours. So I just do what I do. Tony, what do we do? Tony, do you want me to just write Matt Bradford on the emoji board? Yeah, newly subscribed. Thank you, man. Round of applause for you. Round of applause. Guys, you like my costume? I'm still up, 20 grand from last time I stick it in you. You guys want to watch that clip? If you haven't seen Rounders, let me know in the chat so we can watch that clip. Everybody be like TR. Everybody be like TR. Can I do a Bears helmet C? Okay, I'm gonna set up this clip. We're gonna watch Rounders while I draw. Yes, Keith. Yes, Keith, you're gonna love this. Hold on, I gotta look up the Bears logo, and I'm gonna draw it on the board for Tony in orange, and we're gonna play this clip. Bing, bang, boom. Zach 666 goes right with the 555 deposit and the 444. Paz, I will answer any question you have, and I will draw anything on the board. That's just how it works. Please, nothing complicated, because Tim, by the way, this elephant is Driscoll. You should have seen my face when he was like, can you draw me an elephant? I was like, dog. But Driscoll is the elephant. Everyone else, super easy. The heart was for 808s. Bears logo. Oh, they gave me the old one. Google Images stay undefeated. John Malkovich is spooky thick. Super chat is below. If you're in browser, it's below everything. It's the bottom rung. Tanner, don't fake news me. I swear to God, I'm going to have to listen about every fantasy point you surrender later, and you're going to hit me with this garbo. Now I'm only up 38 points, guys. He's got Rudolph. That's you. He's got Travis Rudolph, too. I had a couple other costumes working, but this was the most fun. Let's get this to play. We're digging deep into our YouTube history, and we're going to watch this, and then we'll restart the show, do the theme, and I'll draw this Bears logo in orange. That picture of Trump on the Bears logo, that is hysterical. Bow up a bow. Dude, your dude costume was outstanding. I saw it and I showed somebody else. I love the facial hair. I love the commitment. It was great. I think this is the one I watched before. The jacket is so much dirtier in the movie. All right, guys, we're going to cue this up, and I'm doing the...
I quote. Check.
This isn't the right scene. That's fine.
$2,000. Alright, I'll call the $2,000. I'll gamble. Don't splash the pot. You're on a draw, Mike. Go away. This one is not good for you. And in my club, I will splash the pot whenever the fuck I please. Okay. I'm gonna check, Daddy. That's right. Big Daddy. Bits. The pot. It's 4,400. Alright, I'm gonna call you, or else I won't respect myself tomorrow morning. Respect is all you have left in the morning. Last card coming. Check. It hurts, doesn't it? You can't believe what fell. All your dreams just hops down the fucking drain. Your fate is sitting right beside you. That ace could not have helped you. I bet it all. You're right, Daddy. The ace didn't help me. I flopped the nut straight.
Boom! Flopped it.
That is it!
That's it. What the fuck you talking about? That's it. Take it back, Daddy.
Niet!
No
Niet!
more. No, not tonight. This son of bitch all night. Chick. He trapped me. Well, you feeling satisfied now, Teddy? Because I can go on busting you up all night. Niet. He beats me. Straight up.
Pay him. Pay that man his money. Woo! Oh, the strings coming in nice. What a ride. Do you guys like that? Do you guys enjoy that? Woo! 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 Yeah, it's like that. Bears logo is up and terrible. All right. I'm taking this off. Now that we've seen that, I'm taking this off. Too hot. They act like they're going to make them broke. It couldn't have been more than 10 grand. I think it's 30 grand. I think it's 30 grand. And 10 grand on a hand of poker, it's a lot of money, dog. Nah. No, just play it from the beginning. Play it from the beginning. Play that theme song from the beginning. Oh. Double mics. Double mics with the reverb. That's what happened to the Forte interview, by the way. Double mics. You can do it. Ow! Boom! Gotta do it, man. Gotta do it. Armo. Why not? Why not? We're here for hour 2, baby. It's hour 2 of the Checkdown. I'm out here. That was hour 1. We had a great hour. We answered some questions. We talked about some quarterbacks. There's some quarterback that I want to talk about now because I've gotten like 6 questions about him, and I don't think we're fully appreciating just how good he's been this year because of the schedule and just because of the way I see it. It's top of the table, baby. Come on, you boys in blue. I just want to take a quick segment and talk about my boy Jameis. First of all, just embrace the title of this. The Bucs didn't play week 1. We kind of got a late start on the season with them, and they play a lot of afternoon games, and I just feel like we're just not talking about this team's production enough. Let's like look back in the schedule for a second and talk about what he has been doing and where that fits into the fantasy perspective. So against the Vikings, week 3, this was a very good game, and Case Keenum's second game, but it was only their second game of the season. He was 28-40, 328, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. The 3 picks don't really hurt you in fantasy. So even if the Bucs don't win that game, Jameis is still putting up very solid fantasy points, right? The next week against the Giants, torched. No picks, 332, 3 scores. Money balls. The next week against the Pats, no touchdowns, short week, but still goes for over 300. Look at these passing numbers, dog. Week 6 of the Cardinals, doesn't count. It doesn't count. He was hurt. He threw like 9 passes and then he was out of the game. Fitzpatrick took the whole game. But it affects the way that we think about these guys and their recent production, if they're hot or not. This is a guy that despite his injury has been torching, right? Then he leaves the game. Then we're all worried about him. Oh, is he going to come back? Is he going to play? He's questionable. He goes into Buffalo for an early start and has probably the best game of his career. 32 of 44, 384, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. His team wins. This dude is money. And not only is this dude money, his production is big. And not only is his production big, he's taking a lot of attempts. Not only is he taking a lot of attempts, he's getting in the end zone. I just don't see what more you could want from a fantasy quarterback. And then I get these questions like Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, and we know how volatile Russell can be. And I just feel like we're not at all talking about how good. Yeah, I benched him last week too. No. I benched him last week too. So basically how this started was last week I had somebody come in and they asked one question and then they left, and it was, would you start Winston or Simeon? And I saved it in my phone. I said start Simeon. I felt horrible about it all day. And then they said, I said, hey, I'm really sorry about that choice. He said, I asked my group chat, and everyone said Simeon too. I was just coming to you for the gut check, and you nailed it. We have to think about why we're thinking about guys a certain way, and we need to just dial up our perception of Jameis Winston. This is a guy who is like, these are not fake numbers. He is legitimately averaging 330 passing yards a game, legitimately, over a touchdown a game. Like, this guy is very real. He's not going anywhere. His skill position players are loaded, and something we love about a good fantasy quarterback, his defense is bad. That's the number one, baby. We're never going to sit on a lead. We're never going to be running the clock out. We're always needing to score more points. This is the guy. This is the guy we look for. This is Stafford this year. The guy who I will wait a couple of rounds for a quarterback. This is the guy. This is the guy beating Brady in numbers every single week, 8 rounds later in the draft. This is the guy. I should start hearing less Winston questions, and I'm going to be less detailed on Winston questions because, one more time. These numbers are not going anywhere. These are not the worst defenses in football. These are some decent defenses. And now he's got the Panthers this week. I said it already this episode. He's one of the best quarterbacks against the blitz in the league. The Panthers blitz just about more than anybody in football. The script is there for him to have a very, very solid outing today. He's like my third QB today. There aren't a ton of elite quarterbacks putting up 330 yards and 2 touchdowns a game. That's what he's doing. So before we go comparing him to Rivers, comparing him to, Palmer when he was healthy, let's chickadee check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. Fitzpatrick better. That's the way we do it. That's the way we do it. Thanks, Tanner. That is on-brand checkdownness. I love that. 11 out of 10. Bush did 512. 10-12. 512. What's 512? That's not a thing. Melvin Gordon is playing today, Armel, but Melvin Gordon has a foot injury. It's entirely possible that he plays the first series and then sits. However, I can't bench Melvin Gordon. I just can't tell you to bench Melvin Gordon. Foot injury or not, I can't tell you to put Melvin Gordon on your bench. I'm telling you to start your stud and let the chips fall where they may. There's enough guys on bye week that if you can catch a stud performance, you're going to win. If you can catch one guy, exactly. Austin Eckler's the guy if Gordon doesn't go, but at the same time, Gordon can easily workhorse this cheesy Patriots defense. Swiss-esque. It makes me nervous, obviously, especially because I know they like Eckler. They've been giving him the ball. Brandon Oliver's back, 3-headed attack. They have no incentive to give Gordon 25, 30 carries. But at the same time, I can't put him on my bench, especially when he's caught as many passes over the last couple of weeks as he has and just been as productive as he's been. On ESPN, Schefter reiterated Gordon will play, but said it's an issue and Chargers are monitoring it. So, Schefter had me beat by 9 minutes. London update, 2 minutes into the third quarter. Wow, Tony. Is Minnesota on the 1 yard line, Tony? Got you. Am I a clown? Haha, do I amuse you? Is that glare just from the window? The sun's not even out. Doesn't make any sense. Don't forget the Tottenham emoji. I don't know what the Tottenham emoji is. That's what you want me to draw? Just to confirm, you want me to draw the Tottenham emoji on my emoji board, which I guess... Vikings are about to kick another field goal. Let's go. Oh, the logo. The logo that's like a bird? That's like really hard. Spurs logo. Come on, get this wrong, Google. The only Spurs I know. I also don't have blue. I have black, orange, red, and green. It's a cockerel. The bird. It's a bird, dog. Is this the worst logo in sports? Probably, right? Has to be, right? So I only have black, orange, red, and green. So, like, you want the black Tottenham logo because it's their funeral? We got to do power rankings, so, like, let's make this pop. This is not going to be easy to draw whatsoever. It looks like a rooster on a ball. It is. It totally is. It totally is. But apparently it's a cockerel. Super. It's a family show, dude. I think my buddy's about here doing pool picks in a minute. I'm going to get in here. My buddy's going to help me with pool picks. So I guess we're going to draw this in black, super tiny. This is stupid, but I love super chat. I guess it's not so difficult. It's a little difficult, though. That's how my family was started. I'm your family, son. When people have been trash talking me on the internet, I've been saying, shut up, you're my dad. And they've been like, what? That's been my new favorite thing. Hey, get on the point. Shut up, you're my dad. I broke the flower. Okay. Woo, this is cold. The emoji board's cold on my knee. All right, we're doing it in black. Because it's the end of Tottenham's run. Flower is fixed. I've always wanted a Jewish dad. Isn't that a country song? I've always wanted a Jewish dad. Doesn't Paisley sing that song? I've always wanted a Jewish dad. I've always wanted a Jewish dad. Go to temple like I never had. Eat my latkes on Shabbat. Open 8 presents, man, that's a lot. I just wrote that. Let's draw this goddamn bird. And then, you know, just terrible at sex. My Schwanz is schwitzing. I guess I'm going to start with the beak. This is hard. I know I'm silent, guys. I'm literally in silence here. It's like the worst thing you could do, but this may be the most difficult thing I've ever... I'm sickened by this Tottenham logo. Oh, what's up, Rob? We're doing picks. Buffalo, just do minus or plus, because giving, it confuses me. I will go Buffalo there. What's next? This is so bad. Okay, we got Buffalo's good. Armo, like, I'm gonna do a bad job about, like, obviously I'm gonna butcher this. I mean, it's in black anyway. I always wanted a Jewish dad. I like Oakland, but okay, we'll go Buffalo. We can go Oakland. Cincinnati, 10.5. We obviously like Cincinnati there, right, boys? If I wanted sass, I would have super chatted for sass. I'll smoke your Gouda. I'll smoke some Gouda after the show. Hey, it's still a family show. Stuff my mom don't wanna know. Just kidding, my mom would roll one up and say, son, that's the good stuff. Today was the day that I became a country star. Well, Mary, you know, it was a real big breakthrough for me as I just realized how easy it is. Wow. Las Vegas Gouda. Heyo, okay, we'll go Oakland, Cincy, first 2 picks. Christian, I can't be hearing that. That is hurting my heart. Tanner, it's the English League. They're all England-based teams. My picks guy got blocked for sending too many messages. I love that. That is hysterical. There he is. There's the bird. The ball is underneath. The ball's underneath. But there's your blackbird. Blackbird singing in the dead of dawn. Hurting me in my fantasy league, FanDuel, and DraftKings. Vikings. Christian, we need some contrarian plays in your life. We need some less chalky plays in your life. Vikings D around the world. Our only 2 super chats today have been sports teams. That's interesting. Pats, Chargers. All right, it's 9 minutes to power ranking, so let's just hang. Let's just soak it in. Tanner, I know you don't like soccer, but there's a growing contingent among the Checkdown faithful who we do like soccer, so suck it from the back, yo. It's just the way it is. I was thinking about rocking a headset and a cut-off hoodie today for Belichick for my costume. I have a mini like battery-powered boombox that I was going to tape up here and be Radiohead. I had a couple of potential costumes. Rick, come find me on FIFA. I'll come find you at 55 Denise, homie. Get this work. I'll play with this. I'll play with this guy. Come find me. You know where I be. You know how I be. I'm rocking these buttons. It's a bop. Boom. I will see you on the pitch, on the gridiron. Bet. Bet. That's a fun word to say, man. Bet. Bet. It's a good word. I'm working on the texts. Call the cops. Great. Don's calling the cops. Great. Great. Thanks, man. Around the world, around the world. All right. So Halloween's a beautiful holiday for all. And it's one of the best holidays for kids because the kids run the show and the expectations are met. Like in Christmas, you have expectations, but they're not always met. Halloween, your expectation is to get a lot of candy, and that mission gets accomplished consistently, right? But in the volume play of hitting house after house after house after house, we get a couple of wrenches in the mix. A couple of things when you dump the bag at the end of the night, you're a little bit of who the fuck? Who the fuck? Who the fuck? So that's what we're going to look at right now. As the rain begins to fall, I'm getting a gorgeous breeze coming in. We are going to look at our power rankings for this week. I was going to dress up as a kid diddler, so I woke up. Armel, right now, Westbrook's just not getting touches. I can't, if a guy's not even on the field and then he's not touching the ball, I can't project anything. I'm projecting Corey Davis because he had 6 for 60 week 1. He was a legitimate part of the offense, and then he left. I'm not going to speculate on guy. Like, I literally never seen this guy play in the NFL. You know what I mean? But that's part of the stash. If you have a winning record and a roster spot, just grab people you like. So let's go to our power rankings for the week. I'm not really sure how to describe these, but it is the Checkdowns, not candy in your bag power rankings. These are the top 5 worst things that you can get in your pillowcase, your pumpkin bucket, the things that you just have no desire for, you're going to give to somebody else, you're just going to throw out. Number 5, wax lips. So there's a story here. I used to live in a house with a very long, unpaved driveway, and we got no trick-or-treaters. But the first year we moved, my mom was really excited for Halloween. So, no, not candy. Not worst candy, not candy. So the first Halloween, my mom got wax lips. Like, you put it in your mouth, and it looked like you had, like, vampire fangs. Hilarious. Very much not candy. I'll never forget it. One trick-or-treater comes to the door. It's like 9 o'clock. It's a family of 4, 2 kids. One kid has a huge booger, and the other kid is just openly crying. And it was at that moment when I handed these emotionally distraught children their wax lips. I realized that it probably wasn't the best house of the evening. And so I vowed never to bestow that kind of disappointment on a child ever again. And so I just can't get this image out of my head of just looking at this, be like, do I eat this? Is it a candle? Wax lips. Horrible, but hilarious. Number 4, Necco wafers. These are not candy. These are Tums. You cannot tell me that there is a plant that has one product coming out that gets split at the end, and half of them become Tums and half of them get stamped out just a little bit more and become Necco wafers. They're absolute trash. I don't understand how they get in the bag. I don't understand how somebody pays money for them and then thinks it's a good idea to distribute that to children. What are you doing? You're rude. Necco wafers are wote. I understand you want me to put candy corn on this list, but you understand, like, candy corn has candy in the name. Necco wafers is medicine. Necco wafers will help you with nausea. Like, these are not candies. They are decongestant's not the best word. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, Valentine's Day hearts is a good one, but we're talking about Halloween, Paul. Number 3, pennies. Pennies. Pennies are the most heinous Halloween gift I probably ever received. It is so lazy. And there's actually, I was split on this because I was going to go with change. I love the idea of change. Just, I got my loose change from the end of the day. I just got home from a hard day of work at the plant. And there's these kids at my door, man. I don't want to get candy for any of them. And so I just give them change. I've gotten pennies multiple times. Everybody grab a handful. They do one thing, and that's weigh down your Halloween bag. And I hate that, but it gives you some cardio. Balance it out. Pennies. You can't even buy anything with pennies anymore. Like, what's 8 cents gonna get me? Pennies are the woat. We go to number two. Number 2, mini Bible. So I actually asked around about this topic, and someone did tell me that one year while trick-or-treating, they were handed a mini Bible at a house. I thought this was so incredible just because of the gall of that person to be like, wow, today's all about sinning. I wish there was some way for me to reach these kids with the message. I know, I'll buy 100 mini Bibles and replace it with Dippin' Dots. Dip Dots. Fun Dip or Dots, not Dippin' Dots, mini Bible. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Of all the days, this is the day for sinning, okay? And you're not here passing scriptures to the children. I don't want to read. I want to eat candy. Get out of here. This is another one that I've also seen people get, and I love it. The number one worst thing you could possibly get in your bag is coupons. Coupons! I had know people that were giving McDonald's coupons for trick-or-treaters. Hey, go spend money on this. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Here's something that was in your mailbox a week and a half ago. You're the worst. You're the worst person. Go get some pennies to give to the kids. Coupons are worth less than pennies, just when you think it's impossible to have something less valuable than pennies. Coupons. Hey, kids, thanks for stopping by. Here's BOGO on a chicken sandwich. Knock yourselves out. See you next year. Forget you. This is the Checkdown. This is my official power rankings. These are the worst things to receive in your trick-or-treat bag. I hope when you're trick-or-treating on Tuesday, y'all are looking your absolute sluttiest. And there's a lot of slutty dudes in here. And you get a lot of candy like this. I expect someone to get a mini Bible this year, now that I've talked about it, how it never happened. Pretzels! So I had pretzels on this list, and someone was like, yo, I like the pretzels. And I get that, because there's something about, like, if you mix your pretzels with, like, a Three Musketeers, if you mix, like, pretzel and Snickers, that's basically a 100 grand bar, dog. You're just adding that last ingredient on top. Pretzels and Butterfinger is another really good one. Pretzel and Reese's Cups. You put a pretzel on top of the Reese's Cup and you bite into it. I am good at this. Pretzels. Palate cleanser. Yeah. Utz makes the little bags with the pumpkins. Those are fine. But you can't give someone pennies, dog. You can't give someone your nasty change. Plus, pennies are dirty. This is the Checkdown Power Rankings. I hope you guys like it. We do it every Sunday at 11:30. Be here. The Checkdown is every Sunday 10 to 1. And the Power Rankings are at 11:30. We've done 8 of them. Oh, God. Stop. Everybody stop. BOGO on original chicken sandwich from BK was the OG goat coupon. Original long chicky sand. I haven't had one of those in a minute, dog, because I don't know where a Burger King is. They closed the Burger King in my town, and they're getting ready to turn it into a Starbucks, which, I mean, your boy's super hype about, because there's no Starbs in town. The Wi-Fi finna be flexing. But that BOGO chicken sandy, give me the Long John. Wow. The guy that came up with this design, this long chicken sandwich design, he's got to be a billionaire, right? You can't let that guy walk. You can't let that guy go to Wendy's for a bigger deal. Wendy's never did an oblong sandwich. It goes against everything a restaurant stands for, which is like, we keep our margins down. We try to use the same ingredients over and over again. Like, you can't use that bun for anything else. They tried. They tried doing an extra long Whopper because they just had chicken sandwich buns hanging around. Crazy. Crazy good sandwich. Crazy good idea. Generational. Everybody right now vote Wendy's spicy chicken or BK original chicken sandwich. Which is better? Let me know in the chat. I have my vote. I'm going to vote in a second, but I need to know what you think because your opinion is everything to me. Whoa! Oh, original! Oh, a 1-to-1! Everybody let me know. Come on, there's like 10 people here. There's 10 people here and everyone has experience. Wendy's Spicy is getting it. Yo, but I love that OG BK chicken sandwich. Wendy's Spicy. Sorry. Washington. What do we got? Wendy's Spicy, Tony. Also, Wendy's is wote for getting rid of spicy nugs. Wendy's got rid of spicy nugs? I love spicy nugs, and there was like a Reddit thread that was like, you work in fast food, what's one thing that we should know about your restaurant? And he was just like, never get spicy nugs. And it just felt like I got punched in the chest. Like it felt like I got dumped via text message, and Reddit told me that spicy nugs were gross. I was like, dude, I still get them. 4 for $1. Fuck out of here. 25-cent nugs. Yeah, BK, 10 for $1.49. That's an insane deal. How does anybody think that's real food? 10 nuggets for $1.49 doesn't make any sense. That's 15 cents per nugget. Hundo P. BK original sandwich, Hundo P. I've been really trying, baby. Trying to sip on this coffee for so long. Tony, what'd you say? Oh, wote. Oh, wote. Haha, Tony, I love you. Tony, wote, baby, wote. Yahweh's, dude. Step into our language. Tony, because GOAT is greatest of all time. So I don't know if you scroll up in the chat, you saw our friend Keith Delega BOGO on a chicken sandwich, GOAT emoji. That's like GOAT. So like we really replaced saying GOAT with using the GOAT emoji. And now we can say WOTE because WOTE's fun to say. Because it's just like, WOTE. It just flies, man. It's really good. Willie Sneed, active. Michael Thomas, active. Dontrell Inman, inactive. Ardarius Stewart, inactive. That kind of fell off at the end. Is there a WOTE emoji? Probably not. Poop is WOTE. Top 5 emojis. Top 5 emojis would be funny power rankings because we could just put them like we could just put the actual emoji in for the just like 5 and have like 2 hands. Like 4, the girl dancing. 3, the eyes, the 2 eyes I really like. 2, poop emoji. 1, French fries. What would your number 1 emoji be, guys? If we were doing number 1 emoji, I love 2 eyes, man. 2 eyes is probably my favorite. Are there emojis on this chat? There's an emoji board. I didn't even realize that. Adam Schefter just hitting me up here. Oh, they're the squishy guys. I hate the squishy guys. We use them all the time in G-Chat, Google Chat, and they suck. Now I'm like scrolling through 90 emojis and my computer's like, no, please don't. We're barely holding on running a live stream. Hello. We talked about Jameis wins a ton. We talked about, let's do the BYEPOCALYPSE. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's Matthias Glass. The Matthias Glass emoji. I mean, friend, nah. Melvin Gordon, active. Amendola, active. Goodwin, active. Kuechly, active. That's a big one. Last week, I tried to warn you. All the signs were there. And now this week it's time for the BYEPOCALYPSE. Ha 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 ha. Boo 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 boo. Ha ha boo hoo 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 hoo. Oh, oh, ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. It's the BYEPOCALYPSE. All of your favorite players are off this week, and it's created tremendous problems for our lineups and our bench. That is a really good emoji, Keith. And so we're going to have to go with our bye guys. Bye guys. We're going to have to find guys that we can start immediately, pick up off free agency, plug them into your lineup right now. This is BYEPOCALYPSE. That picture is from North Korea, by the way. I had to go all the way there to get it. Wendell Smallwood, obvious choice, positive game script against the Niners in the slop. Jalen Richard against Buffalo, no Marshawn Lynch. They like Richard on short yardage. He's a big play guy. He catches passes. I think he's better than the other guy, DeAndre Washington, I think his name is. And I think he's the guy to own. Juju, Martavis Bryant is officially a scout team player. Juju is your number 2. With all the talent on the Steelers, I expect Juju to break free as he's been doing. You just can't pay attention to him. So if he's beating his man, the Steelers are going to be successful. Ted Ginn Jr. has really come alive the past couple of weeks, steadily increasing his touches while remaining a relatively untouched free agent. Something I would watch for here is the Bears' coverage has been pretty good this season, especially on number 1 receivers. And wouldn't you know it, Prince Amukamara has had a really good couple of weeks. Has I think like 8 catches on 20-something targets last couple of weeks, but not seeing a lot of opportunity working as a second slot nickel. So except in a move Ted Ginn around and get a big play because they like Michael Thomas in the red zone and they need to score. They like Ted Ginn to break plays open and beat safeties. So don't hesitate with Ted Ginn. Get him in there, and it's a decent pickup for right now. Tyler Kroft, all-star D-end. Bengals are going to be running tight. They're going to be running run sets. That plays to the play action. That plays to Kroft. He's a totally fine pickup. He could evolve into an every week starter. Tyler Eifert's gone, so it's a good pickup. Another flex, Austin Eckler. If you got to take a chance on a running back, and there aren't a lot of running backs in your league, if this guy's available and you just need a body, he's going to finish with a positive point total. I don't see him doing anything crazy, but he has burst. He has more burst than Brandon Oliver, and that's really important. I think that if Melvin Gordon were to go down, he becomes the majority guy. I mean, they had big problems when he did go down in previous seasons, but Eckler is a rookie that has good lateral quickness and can make big plays. He can break some moves and make big plays. And Benny Fowler. If you haven't picked up Benny Fowler and you need a receiver, especially slot, especially PPR, high basement guy, going to catch passes, not necessarily big play, but runs across the middle and is always there. And if Simeon can get going, that offense can have balance and get rolling, and that would be really good for all of them involved. I thought I had a quarterback. No quarterback? That's okay too. There's not a lot of quarterbacks. I think it was Case Keenum, which is tough, but he threw a touchdown. So, what do you want from me? One more time, guys. Ha, 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 ha. Ba, 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 ba. Just look at the picture. Soak this in. Look at the power of North Korea. This is a real missile. That could be our doom one day. This could be heading for your window any day now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We are wrapping up the second hour of the show. Don't you know? Here we go. In the last hour, we are going to look at rookie wide receivers. And we are going to do our live draft on the draft app. Live draft on the draft app. That is a DFS snake draft. Let's make sure I have a balance there because I lost a little bit of money gambling. What's happening in the game, guys? Draft app. Live draft on the draft app. Let me get a Vikings update. Is Latavius Murray having a good game? Oh, I didn't touch this. That's hype. What's Murray doing? What's the run game doing? Because Cleveland's run game is pretty stout. 15-16, 16-15. Oh, the Browns are winning. Oh, Lord. Oh, but here come the Vikings are at the 15-yard line. I like that. McKinnon, 10 for 35. Murray, 11 for 30 with a long of 10. So now you're looking at 10 carries for 20 yards with one carry of 10 yards. That's not good at all. McKinnon, though, McKinnon's value is very clear. 6 catches, 72 yards. That's the dude. That's the dude. I like this. 6 catches for 72 yards, but the longest one is... That didn't make any sense. The more I read that, the less sense that made. It said 6 catches for 72 yards, but the long is 9. I guess that means he lost yards on a catch. Oh, the long is 20, 9 targets. Okay. 6 catches, 72 yards. That's a great little play. Kirkadirk. Teach D. Oh, McKinnon. Bah, bah, bah. Sup, Brick? The 0 emoji. There it is, Gorgalore. We got your 0 up there. Today we added Chicago Bears, which are here. Bears and Tottenham. Look at that Tottenham bird. Is that the worst Tottenham bird you've ever done seen? Tottenham bird. McKinnon, babe. Told you. Gut feeling. Hey, Kirk. Posnack's here. Isn't that cute? All my rowdy friends are here for Sunday morning. Kirk, if you want to add your own team's logo, all you have to do is super chat at the bottom of the page. And then you get to ask whatever question you want. I answer it immediately. And we get to draw whatever you want on the board. It's just the way it goes, boy. 21-16. I got -7 and I got under 40. So I think one of those legally cannot hit right now. Why did I take under 40? Because I didn't think the Browns would score 16 points. That makes sense. Questions are coming in. CJ Anderson or Carlos Hyde today? Well, CJ Anderson worries me. It's good. Back it up. The answer is CJ Anderson. Carlos Hyde is going against the #1 run defense in a bad weather scenario. But CJ Anderson, the Broncos really got to get their act together. I know you were talking about how when they give him a certain amount of carries, CJ, they win, but they can't do that without dictating the play. Ooh, it's 40.5. Ooh, we love that. Vikings to win, but I also have 40.5 separate. Oh, 39 -7. So this game's not over. This game on not way about that over. Don't worry, but I did say CJ. I said we talked earlier in the week about how if CJ gets X amount of touches, the Broncos win, but they can't just force feed him the ball. They have to keep the defense honest. So it presents a unique, not a unique scenario, almost a scenario as old as time where you want to run the ball, you want to commit to the running the ball to help your rookie quarterback, but the defense doesn't respect your young quarterback. So you either have to force it into a bad run situation or have your quarterback make plays, and Simeon's just not making the plays right now. It's a big issue for them. But yes, CJ Hyde is the #1 run defense. The Eagles have the #1 run defense in football. It's a run funnel. Thomas Gorgalore, you're the same person. Hey, I never seen Tom and Gorgalore in the same place. That's all I'm gonna say. Never seen them in the same place. Never seen Jared Goff and Ryan Gosling in the same place. That's all I'm going to say. Best looking players has to come down the pipe eventually. I'm thinking about dropping power rankings because we're halfway through the season. We're just about, because week 16 fantasy championships for the most part. I was thinking about dropping power rankings top 5 for like a fake fantasy. And what we do would be like, we do fake fantasy and we do like fantasy Chinese food, and we do like #1 overall pick, sleeper, bust, and like some other terms just to like make it like complete, and then we just do that, and we do like fantasy this, fantasy that, fantasy, and we do fake fantasy instead of power rankings. But I love power rankings. I love sticking to them. I love that we got a weekly thing at 11:30 that we jam on. So we'll see. We're feeling it out. It's year 1 of the Checkdown. I mean, if you don't think we're doing 100 years of this stuff, BTFO, suck it from the back. We're out here. 100 years of Rick and Morty forever. So, tis what tis. Tis what tis. 10 minutes to the start of our final hour check. Dune? Like I said, it's the BYEPOCALYPSE. So, with not as many games, we don't have as many questions. And to compound that, we don't have as many decisions to make because we're forced into turning to our bench. We're just forced to. We don't want to drop anybody on bye. We just... There you go, Rob. Rob got his ban lifted. We just have to put our guys out there and hope they score because we don't have any options. That's the danger of BYEPOCALYPSE, man. That's the world we're living in right now. It's scary. Cold world. Oh no. That means it's time for coffee, dog. So if you're not in the chat, these two people, Rob Amadeo and Thomas Budo, they traded CJ Anderson for Jarvis Landry straight. And it's awesome. We talk about it all the time. Dan boop. Sanu, non-PPR, Golden Tate PPR is where I'm leaning. I honestly think Sanu's going to have a strong game. I just think Bowles is going to take away Julio. I mean, Bowles was the Arizona guy. He knows how to handle number 1 receivers. And non-PPR, yeah, I think you're fine. McKinnon is so out here. Yeah, we'll see how that game ends. We got a solid 4th quarter coming up. I don't know how I feel about these London games. Like, just give me football, man. Why you gotta have 6 teams on a bye? This is why I don't like the schedule this week. So there's 6 teams on a bye, and you have a London game. Why do the Chargers have to go to New England and play at 1 o'clock? Like, why can't they play a night game? The schedule is just not fair. It's just not fun. It's just not. They don't have anybody in mind but their wallets. Rick, Garcon or Kamara? Want a hot take? Come on, Doe. We talked about this earlier in the show. I'm down on Garcon lately. And it has everything to do with the Hoyer-Bethard switch. Because Hoyer is a known force feeder to his top targets. He did it with DeAndre Hopkins in Houston. And then he did it with Garcon in San Fran. Now you got CJ Beathard, which I'm going to start saying that more and more. And the thing about rookie quarterbacks is they're so afraid of doing the cliche mistakes, doing too much, forcing it into tight windows, throwing a guy when it's not there. They just want to spread the ball around, run the right plays, go through their progressions, and not make any mistakes. And you can't always win like that. And I think that's why Garcon has seen a target dip since Beathard has become the starting quarterback. God, I can't believe that's actually his name. Exactly. Beathard's foreskin in tight windows. That's crazy. Gorgler, I missed that part about CJ Anderson's stream. That's awesome. But so Kamara, I think, is going to have a fine game. If it's close, Kamara is going to be in there. If it's not, he's going to be catching passes. I'm worried about the game script in that game, but I do think Kamara is going to have a better game than Garcon, and I'm going to put that in my fancy list of fantasy predictions for the day. Kamara over Garcon, and I feel relatively good about it. We're going to add that to Sanu and Abdullah over Dion Lewis, Cam over Alex Smith. So that is our picks for the day that we are going to, just for reflection, just what does my reflection show? Probably the 3rd best song off the Mulan soundtrack, you guys. Fucking out here. We're just being guys. Just guying it up, talking about Mulan. Don't at me. Don't at me. We're out here, man. 7 minutes. We got a pretty solid last section. Scott, weren't you telling me about this hot dip? You were telling me that you make this dip, or was that somebody else telling me they make the same dip every weekend? This is what Scott's working on today, baby. Scott is so out here. I put people on. Yo, I don't think you have enough napkins, dog. I think you need more naps. Because I'm about to get messy. Scott, we're all coming over, man. Let me just pull your address up real quick. I didn't even know you could draw on this, but there we go. 123 Fake Street. Bingo. I didn't know you could draw on that. That looked pretty cool. I'm not even mad, Facebook. I'm impressed. Guys, everybody let me know what you had for breakfast today, because I'm starting to get hungry. That's fatty. That's husk. That's a husk meal. See, a lot of people couldn't eat chips and dip for lunch. I could eat it for all my meals. I had avocado toast ready to go, and then I started the show. And then really what I thought of the costume, because I was looking at the track jacket, and was like, you know what? In my club, I'll splash the pot whenever the fuck I please. Did you have Ethereum for breakfast, dog? Why'd everyone get a better sandwich than me? Oh, Ethereum's doing stuff. Up 87 cents this hour, dog. Everything's picking up. So tasty. Homemade Ethereum. Dude, I just got so hungry. You know when you get so hungry you get nauseous? I literally just got so concerned over ejecting on air. Compose. When you sit here in silence and then you think about, hey, there's people watching you sit in silence, it really puts life in perspective. Checkdown. Hey, where's Anthem Jim today? We're missing some people. We're missing Anthem Jim and Tim. Burn should be in the last hour. We're missing Osman. Ooh, Gordon Ramsay eggs out here. I almost made breakfast on the show because I have a leftover. I worked the World Series last night. We got some food in. And one of the foods that we got was like Italian deli, like little prosciutto sandwiches with like some good crusty bread. And I was just thinking about getting down there in the morning, taking a leftover Sammy, opening it up. Olive oil, bread down, fry up that prosciutto a little bit because it's cured, but it's also so fatty. Just hit it with a little bit of the heat, just like sizzles up. Drop an egg in there. Prosciutto, egg, and cheese. Yeah, I'll take 12. I still might do that, but I love getting in there and watching like I love watching the first 10 minutes of Red Zone. Like I love all the kickoffs and everything. I love how everything sets up, first quad bots, etc. So, you know what I mean? Like the first half hour of football is very weird for me because I'm so disconnected from reality for 3 hours. Rob, I'm sending you a picture of all the food from last night. You probably saw it. Out of control. Out of control. We got a spread from Steve and Phil. What happens when I fill up the emoji board? Gorgler, we talked about this. So I have a couple of suggestions. The obvious one being just get a new whiteboard, right? Because emojis are forever. But I like the idea. Oh, Evan, what a punk. I like the idea of taking a very high definition picture, printing a glossy photo, framing it as Emoji Board Season 1, and then wiping it clean on the show. Just a very thorough ceremonial wipe down, like I do to myself. And then we start Emoji Board Season 2, and then the hits keep coming. But I love the progression of the Emoji Board. I love the idea of like cramming things in towards the end of the season, because like there's some legitimate space to work with still. And I just like the idea of like doing a, like, wow, look at how our emoji board has developed over the year. And then I don't like ending the season with I know I made the ship way too big. Complain to Yaz. Yaz did that. And then like, yeah, like at the end of the year, I want to be able to look back on a full emoji board, not be like, wow, I don't want to there's no room. So, you know, do we do? But I like, maybe we'll print it and get like a really glossy copy and just put it up like over my diploma, because nobody needs to see that thing. Nobody needs to mess with that noise. But we'll think about it. If you have any ideas, message me now or Twitter or anywhere you feel like is appropriate about what to do with the emoji board when it fills. But I like squeezing stuff in. We'll figure it out. And let's get ready for the third hour of the show, guys. We're out here. Does this sound wicked different? Because this is coming from the laptop, not the microphone, but it makes the music better. Yeah, but is it louder? Is the music louder with the internal microphone is what I'm wondering. Because I can't hear how you hear it or any of my output. So is the music louder with the other audio source, or is it louder? Because yeah, Tony says the music is so muffled we can't hear. It's def louder now. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. I'm learning how to balance my audio channels because, like Yaz said, if you leave both audio channels on, you sound like creativity and technology. That's what we do. Seeger, Taylor, Bellinger. Yo, them some cuties. Cody Bellinger had the absolute most important game of his career last night. He set the Dodgers playoff record for strikeouts in a playoff. He struck out 19 times in the playoffs this year. Insane. But to be fair, his team needed him the most yesterday, and he was huge. He had 2 doubles, he had an RBI, he scored, and his team won. So Cody Bellinger, props to you, man. Your team needed you big and you stepped up mega. So honestly, it's got to be hard for I was talking about this with a coworker last night. If you play college, nice touchdown Vikings. If you play college football or college basketball, you're well versed in the Rudolph baby, get your nose red. If you played big time college basketball or college football, you are very familiar with the hostile environment. It's like the most important part of those two sports, even though the championship is on a neutral site, which is very different. But the Super Bowl is on a neutral site, so it kind of mitigates that. In baseball, the crowds are drastically smaller up until the World Series and the MLB playoffs, when it is by far the most intense communal baseball experience any of these young players have been a part of. You are simply not going to find the rowdiness of 60,000 Astros fans as you would in Dodger Stadium. So, like, if you heard the quotes from the Astros players at Yankee Stadium, like, they were shook. I love the World Series. That's true. I'm not the biggest fan of May baseball when the stakes are low. But when the stakes are high right now and the crowd is everything and the players are legitimately affected by their surroundings, I'm in. I'm in. And Bellinger is just such a young guy to be in such a big spot. He's hitting cleanup in the World Series, and he's been slumping so hard. So you got to think about how tough his mental climb must have been to just stay composed, trust his own process, stay confident. I've already said too much baseball today, but it'll be interesting to see if he carries that into the rest of the series and just becomes the hitting monster that he was in June and July when he was like crushing dingers and becoming a media darling. Gorgalore, you are too good to this show, man. ILY, I love you. You tell me what you want to put cramp up on this board right over there, and I'll put it there for you, man. I'll put it there. I'll put her there. No hesitation, no surrender. Ask a question, name a thing, and I'll get to work. Oh, the Houston Astros star. Woo, Bobby. Let's get to work. Google Images. Dude, everything's been sports logos today. Emoji. But what should I what are you asking me? Astros logo. The Astros logo is going to be tough because there's white in it. This is going to be tough. But it's good because it's our last hour, and, you know, nobody's got questions because everyone's just forced to take who they have this week. It's a rough week for fantasy. I'm very aware. And listen, if you're trying to think of who to start, you're either taking the best guys on free agency or who's left at the bottom of your bench, because it's the BYEPOCALYPSE. Ha, 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 ha. So we just do what we got to do. Okay, I'm going to make the H first. Yeah, this week kind of sucks eggs. All the lineups are set. We already had 2 games in the books that were kind of iffy matchups, so we're moving past it. This is going to be hard. I'm not going to lie. I'm drawing an H. But then I gotta draw the star, like, around it. That's the part I'm not looking forward to. I like the Astros. Like, I hated the Astros, the red ones, red and gold. Hated those jerseys. But I really do like, I like these, and I love the Technicolor throwbacks, like the yellow, orange, brown. I love that stuff. After that gorgeous rose. Thank you, sir. Can I interview Don LaGreca for you? That's actually someone I can get. I will try. Do you need me to interview Don LaGreca for, like, your audio class assignment that you were trying to get me to take? Gorgalore, prediction on Cowboys Redskins. Over. That's it. That's the only prediction I have. It's a tough prediction. Somebody's got to make it. I'm working here, boys. I'm working here. This is hard. It's hard to talk. I definitely think Cowboys Redskins is interesting though because like there's oh, you just enjoy the guy. I'll watch LaGreca go on a rant with you guys. I should have more videos queued up, but I really want to watch this one. Let's watch Don LaGreca explode. It's the last hour. I do what I want. Make sure you pay attention to the visuals on this one because this is one of the best radio meltdowns. Maybe one of the best ones of all time. And they play this one on the air, I feel like, a lot. I love you guys.
NYC Art says, how dumb is that? I only cheer for the vets, quoting me. So you don't ever cheer for athletes? Really not true. You cheer. Do I speak English? Maybe I don't.
You speak English.
Maybe I don't speak, and I don't speak very well. I get that. But that's what you took from what I said. I'm saying that you give a standing ovation, sight unseen, basically. We don't know anything about these people other than the fact that they're vets. That's who I listen. I'll give a standing ovation to a guy that hits a game-winning home run. There's different moments. I'm not saying I don't cheer for athletes. I'm just saying that out of nowhere, I'm not going to give a standing ovation to Jose Reyes, who beat his wife and was fortunate enough not to get convicted for it, and then give the same standing ovation 2 innings later to a guy that served in World War II. That's the analogy, people. I don't understand why you don't listen. Maybe you just want to get a reaction. Maybe
Here
you
goes.
just want to get your tweet read. I can't, but I am getting some of the, I'm just muting people because I'm getting like the dumbest analogies, the dumbest comment. Are people really that stupid? Honestly. I mean, you drive me crazy with this garbage. You try to have an intelligent conversation. If you want to say something that ridiculous,
Here comes.
So we can interact.
Here comes.
So I can actually find out what the heck you mean.
Next question.
So we can maybe understand each other.
Next question.
My God, did I ever say anything remotely like that, or why would you take it like that? I mean, just, I don't even know why I bother, honestly.
Doesn't know why he bothers.
You only cheer for veterans?
Are you watching?
What about when there's a good play in the game, Don?
You know, that was eerily sounding like an actual talk show host in New York. 1-800-919-3776.
Here it comes.
I'm gonna take a break.
I'm going to take a break. I'm going to calm down.
Take some more of your fault.
Real quick, I'm sorry, I don't mean to point out something else happening, Don. I want everyone to only watch our show and don't change the channel, okay? But SNY is currently rerunning the show they did.
Come on, play the rant.
The experts against each other, the Mets experts.
Shut up.
And there is nothing like seeing Chris Carlin in that bright pink jacket.
Shut up, Rosen. This isn't the right clip.
The booth, and my wife did a great job producing it, and Chris Carlin did a wonderful job hosting. I thought he was hilarious. Have you ever seen a man of Chris's stature
What is happening here?
in a color like that jacket that he's wearing?
Because I've gotten a bunch. Because it's not just one person. I've gotten several tweets.
Skipped
asking
ahead.
This question. So maybe I'm the stupid one.
Here it is.
And maybe everybody else is smart.
I'm really stupid.
It's hard. DJD Range. How do you know those World War II vets never hit their wives?
Oh my God.
Times were different then. Before I rip and break this computer.
Oh no. Oh no.
We know Jose Reyes beat his wife. That's the difference. That's the answer. We know. We don't know if the World War II veteran did it, but we know Reyes did. We know Reyes did. We know Reyes did. Go to break.
So good. So good. LaGreca's my dad. He takes a water bottle. First of all, that's a radio show, and he just dumps a water bottle on himself. I love it so much. It's so good. Anyway, there's our Astros star. It came out pretty good. We could see it, right? Yeah. That's good. Almost like ruined my orange marker. Yeah, if you're not from the East Coast and don't know who Don LaGreca is, that's for you guys. That is, we know. I love that. I love that. It's about cheering for veterans and cheering for Jose Reyes. And then somebody goes, hey, Don, maybe some of those veterans beat their wives. Like, my buddy Bobby Dubs, he's a family friend. So we'll talk about it. Dude, I've been helping my cousin slide in DMs at UDEL. This is a struggle, man. I don't know if I got it anymore. So unrelated. Nah. We'll get him. Pythagorean theorem rant. I didn't, but I'm gonna. We can't just watch him for the last hour, because then he should have the show. It should be the Checkdown with Donnie LaGrex. Oh yeah, this I'll soak the carpet. It's a full gallon. We know, and then it's just all I'm like full Bryce Harper hair. I'll kick the laptop, and then you'll just like get a ceiling shot. So beautiful. One day I'm just gonna take the laptop. We're gonna just go on a field trip. I might bring you guys to Panera. Rick LaGreca. It's got a very non-Jewish ring to it. It doesn't sound Jewy at all. My name is Matthias Glass, the Hasidic outlaw. Oh, my parents are very embarrassed by me. We had a lot of fun today. So, everyone wants to talk about Kareem Hunt. We used to talk about Dalvin Cook. We don't talk about him anymore. Kareem Hunt, Leonard Fournette, and this crop of rookie running backs and how effective they've been. But there's another skill position, rookie wide receivers, and they kind of took a hit this year. We're not seeing them as much as we used to. Let's take a look at the ones that were drafted this year. This is a screenshot of NFL's draft tracker. This is everybody who got drafted in the first 4 rounds at receiver. And it's pretty interesting because the first 3 names have played a combined 2 games. If you count last week, like they're working Mike Williams into the team, but 3 players combined 3 games. We might see John Ross for the first time today against the Colts, but it's crazy that that was the 9th overall pick and we still haven't seen him yet. We don't really think about that. And when you lose that value at the top, it's crazy because like a lot of these guys have completely disappeared, and the rookie running backs have become so valuable. The rookie receivers just haven't gotten going yet in their careers. The most productive on this list is very likely a combination of Juju, who has evolved over the last 3 weeks into an important part of the Steelers' offense and will probably finish number 1 on this list. And I would go with Kenny Golladay. Caught 2 touchdowns week 1 and hasn't appeared. Well, Matt Collins has been really good. Matt Collins caught a big touchdown the other week. And it's interesting to see because other years, like you've had guys who are able to make an immediate impact on their teams. And then I haven't seen any, the Jets haven't put Chad Hansen on the field, have they? The Rams haven't seen Josh Reynolds do anything. Carlos Henderson's got good speed on the Broncos. They can't throw the ball. This is very interesting to me because these are the future wide receivers of the league, and this is like 70% busts in front of me. Like Zay Jones, 37th overall. Forget second round. He's a top 40 pick. He's got the worst catch percentage in football right now. He's catching less than 20% of his passes. On a team with no other wide receivers. He's legitimately top 2 wide receiver on the team, and he can't catch anything coming his way. He's a bust. Prolific in college. Prolific for a small school. Dede Westbrook, we briefly touched on earlier in the show. Again, not producing, not healthy, but we'll see what happens when he comes back. Telling you, telling you, if there's one thing you learned from the Checkdown this year, it's to go get Corey Davis. It costs you nothing. An elite receiver that costs you nothing. There just aren't any out there except him. So grab him, and he'll get healthy, and he'll figure it out. Because the Titans need balance, and he's their receiver. Eric Decker's not the guy. Corey Davis is going to be uncoverable from the second he gets on the field healthy. He's too big. He's very, very big. And it's not being talked about a lot. Yeah, I mean, Ardarius is going to be fine. I mean, eventually, even though he's inactive today. Inactive. So that goes you to his usage rate, unless he's hurt. But he gone. He gone. Guys, we have to do a live draft on draft in the next 20 minutes. So tell me who we should draft today. Who are your number one matchup plays, your high scorers? I like my Bengals today. I like Patriots. I think Jets have good value. Redskins, Cowboys, good value. Eagles, good value. Eagles rushing game. Who are the number one players we can start today? Kareem Hunt's probably in there. We are going to... Arnold just hit me with the Stephen Hill. The Stephen Hill. What do I think about diction? Have I been saying things wrong? Bilal Powell going to have a game. We'll see. It's a bop. It's a game. Stephen Hill was trash. Stewart could be trash, but you still gave him that money. Budo, just as an update, my cousin said she didn't reply, but the weather was bad, so he said, I don't think I'm going to go today because of the weather. Want to go next week if you're still interested. She replied back immediately, yeah, sure. My cousin, man, my cousin making moves. Stephen Hill, no hands. No hands. And his chest was made of iron, so all balls would just bounce out. Gone. He tried, man. He really gave it a go. I can't believe you guys put a second round pick on that boy. All right, I need your matchups. I need your best picks today. I refuse to lose. We're doing too good. I got a source that says Florida's going to fire their head coach. I got a source. I got a source. Gorgalore, I can't believe you're up at sunrise to watch this show, man. You're like my favorite person on earth, dude. That is unbelieves. Marcus May. Trash bucket. Trash bucket. Take some trash. Put it in the bucket. Did you guys see Zay Jones' highlights last week? He had this one play. I think I got it queued up. Oh my God, he's terrible. Zay Jones, dude. Buffalo needs you. And like Tampa didn't even have a good defense and he still pulled this shit. Unbelievable. We're getting ready for our live draft on draft. It's a snake draft. And we got to figure out Duke Johnson taking the locker room in the fourth quarter. You heard it here first on the Checkdown. Imagine if something really serious happened to him and he had to like, and he had to stay in England for additional testing. That joke took forever to get out. Lord, oh Lord. Okay, so before I go into the draft app, I like to strategize, but yeah, there we go. Breeze, Bell, Green. I like where we're going here. I guarantee one of those guys will be gone. I'm not big on Breeze because I think Chicago's defense is underrated and we're just not seeing it. They got blown out by Tampa, but that's pretty much it. They've been hanging on in just about every other format. every other, all opportunes. Quick time. Damn, son. We are out here. How come Tony's the only one picking our draft team? Anybody like Mixon today? Anybody like AJ's a good one? Anybody like Antonio Brown? Oh, peace, Zach. Thanks for happening, dude. I really appreciate you hanging, man. Zeke's a good pick. Here we go. Or not. What about receivers? What about like lesser receivers? Oh, do you guys want to do an expert draft? Expert draft, they take away the top 10 at each position. They just remove it. I wonder if we can do that. Okay, so McKinnon. Oh, yeah, we should have started McKinnon. I wonder if we can do an expert. Oh, there is an expert. It's $100. Fuck it, hey. The first round of some tournament drafts start immediately. There's tournaments now. It's like multi-week things. This is an expert. Head-to-head, $10. They got this thing. Why is this not updating on the show me? I want you guys to see what I see. Recent items. QuickTime. New recording. There it is. Lifestyle. They got this new thing called Dream Team, which is basically like just pick whoever you want. No salary, no drafting. Just pick a set of guys, which I think that's really weird. This is expert. Oh, that's for free. Expert for 10 head-to-head. Top 10 QBs, top RBs, top 20, all removed. That's crazy. I'm going to try that one too. Because we've got a balance here because we've been shredding. So I'm going to do that head-to-head draft. If it's still available. After we do our classic 3-person draft. So this is our classic 3-person draft that we've been doing every week this season. $3, 3 people, and you get winner take all. It seems very challenging. I want to try it. I've been hearing about it. Okay, so let's mark some QBs. We like Cousins, we like Breeze, we like Dak. We like Jameis and Wentz. Dalton, not bad. I don't need any of these quarterbacks. This is what I want. I want this, I want this, I want this. Yeah, Kareem Hunt. I'm big on Jordan Howard today. Nobody's asked me about Jordan Howard. Hiccups, coughs, can't really catch a break. I'm skipping guys I don't like. Give me names, give me names, give me names. Starts in 20 seconds, boys. Look at this. NFL Sharp action from the Greek Sportsbook. Everybody take a look. Everybody take a look. This is who the Sharps are on. The Sharps are on the Falcons. I just took a screenshot of that. Oh, it's my pick. Someone took Le'Veon Bell first overall. We should take Shady. I gotta feed you names, but you have the whole NFL to choose from. I like Jordan Howard just because, Tony, like, if they get a lead, if they can somehow keep pace in that game, that's a big Jordan Howard game. I'm up next. Zeke went. Everybody's waiting on a quarterback. Should I grab Antonio Brown, AJ, or Julio? AJ, right? I'm going AJ. Little tickle. Last half hour, boys. Buckle it up. AJ Green, book it for me. I like the idea of this expert draft. I'm starting to think back in my mind about the expert league. Top 20 running backs, top 20 receivers go off the board. Okay, this is our team. We have LaShawn McCoy, AJ Green. Somebody else has Brady and Zeke. Yeah, the Sharps. Hey, for the record, Tony, the Sharps were on the Browns almost every week last year because the Sharps just thought that the Browns were getting so many points they had to cover eventually, and the Sharps got burned over and over again. The Sharps, the public dominated the playoffs. It was really funny. Betting was crazy last year. We're up next. He got Ingram. So he's got 2 running backs. Oh my God, tickle. He's got 2 running backs. And we both need quarterbacks. Damn. Give me Kareem Hunt. Everybody's been running on the Broncos. I got Shady McCoy in the number 1 running back in football. Eat me. Gronk's a really good pick here. Dak for QB, yo. For you, baby. Welcome to the show. Dak's gone. No, Dak's not gone. Oh, here he is, 3rd. Just don't want to see his name. No, we need a quarterback. We need a wide receiver first. Oh, yeah, because Tom needs a receiver. And this guy can't go Zeke stack. We need a receiver. We go Dez against Josh Norman. Guys, 10 seconds. Evans, so many targets. I love it. I love Evans. So, like, I was thinking about doing a Jameis Evans stack, but I also totally understand. So if Dak is available, I'm going to take Dak. But if not Dak, take the stack. I love that we're agreeing on stuff. Because it means we're all in the same mindset, which is good because we've talked about a lot of football together over the past month and a half. Cousins off the board. I'm up next, and I need a quarterback, and this guy already has a quarterback. So we're taking Dak, and our team is Fuego. Shady, Kareem Hunt, AJ Green, Evans, and Dak. Are you out of your mind? What? Whew. So start thinking about what kind of players we're going to take in this experts draft. 20 running backs gone, 20 receivers gone, 10 quarterbacks gone. Bills sticking with Zay Jones opposite Jordan Matthews. That's pretty interesting. Boom, we're done. Boom. Squad. Ricky Ticky squad, B. Let's see who this guy's going to finish off with. Devontae Freeman. Not terrible. I love this squad. Okay, let's do this. Expert, head-to-head. Expert, $10. This is against... Oh, somebody left. Damn. Expert. So I gotta hang out in this expert lobby until somebody joins it. The heck? The checkdown. Oh, we got it. 1 minute. Okay, somebody joined. Okay, let's look at the queue. Wow, number 1 quarterback, Deshaun Watson. Obviously, we love Andy Dalton and we love Tyrod Taylor. It's head to head, so I know I'm gonna get one of those guys. Book it. Head to head, only got to beat one guy. Bilal Powell, we love. Sorry. Oh, you guys can see this. Why am I turning it? Bilal Powell, Marlon Mack, we like. Fat Rob, okay. Tariq Cohen, maybe. Reddick, maybe. Smallwood, game script. Deontay Foreman, game script. Physical game. Nobody this far down. 15 seconds. Kelvin Benjamin, number 1. Tate, love it. Deshaun hasn't gotten loose. Love Funchess. Hogan's a good one. Sanu and ASJ. Guys, I need help here. He's got the first pick. Marvin Jones is nice. Aguilar's a big play guy. Who's he going to take first? Calvin Benjamin. Ooh, I like Hogan too. $15 Segunds. But I really like Smallwood. I think that's a good matchup. I like Blunt too. I think Blunt's a good matchup. I'm taking Blunt. Was he not an option? Oh, I get 2 picks. LeGarrette Blunt, I guess, is in the top 20 this week. Damn. So should we go Smallwood? Taking Bilal Powell. Suck it. Guys, I need help. I need help. It's an expert draft. I'm not an expert. I'm an expert. I'm just going to wait until he takes a quarterback, and then I'll take the other. So we're really just looking at receivers now. Oh, we got to take 1 and 1. So he can't commit to anything. There's strategy. There's some strategy. Yeah, dude. He's shook. Fat Rob. Hate that pick. He double picked. Dion Lewis. Like that pick. This is it, boys. Golden Tate. Pierre Garçon. Funchess. Sanu, baby. Sanu, baby. Sneaky shootout potential. Isn't Denver the #1 rushing defense? No, Philadelphia is. Return of the Mac. Give me Smallwood. Give me... See, the thing about projections, when all the totals are less than 7 points, you just kind of got to figure it out. You got to sift and then do your own research. Your draft pick thumb is a lot quicker than my chat box fingers. There's a little bit of lag, and I think the first couple weeks I was getting timed out on picks, and I really started to freak out about it. Let's see he's taking at quarterback. He's not taking Andy Dalton. He is taking Andy Dalton. Whoa. Well, fuck. I'll take Tyrod. Give me those rushing yards, boy. We're projected to lose. Why? Because he's got Dion Lewis. Dion Lewis does not... He shares the ball with Rex Burkhead. We got 2 live drafts coming up. We got a potential for $26 in winnings. Stick with us. Yeah, Philly's the best overall team in the NFL right now. More plays than anybody. Best third down conversion rate. Points per game. Run defense. But it's a run funnel. They want you to throw the ball. Pass funnel. Sorry. They want you to throw the ball. They're gonna guaranteed stuff the run. We're going to pass rush. We're going to force you to make mistakes, and you're going to try to throw it and probably fail. That's their theory. It's not a terrible theory. That's my fantasy sports folder, guys. Isn't that great? And it's been working for them. It's been working for them because they invested in their offensive line, and Carson Wentz is the real deal. He goes through his progressions. He takes shots down the field, and he runs. He's like the 4th leading rusher among quarterbacks in the league. He is very much real deal, man. So when you got that combination, they're just going to keep scooting. How are you guys feeling about... What's going on, Anthony? Thank you for stopping by the show. I appreciate it. How are you guys feeling about Rawls versus McKissick to play as an RB2 in a PPR league? Wow, that's a really rough choice. Both of those guys are down on the depth chart, but I know for a fact that Rawls is preferred over McKissick. So I would say you'll likely see Lacey, Rawls, Procise in that order, and then maybe McKissick if game script allows it. I just think personally that's the most fickle rushing situation in football right now. Seahawks and Patriots. I liked it better when Chris Carson had 2 legs. running back 2 is a stretch. When I hear running back 2, I imply running back 2 finish, meaning finishing as one of the top 24 running backs in the league. Yeah, Procise will be out, but McKissick, they're not as they want Rawls to get going because he when he was at his best, he's better than all of them. I just don't see either of them as an RB2, Anthony. I think that's a flex play, but if you're going to pick one, you have to pick one. I know it's tough, man. It's BYEPOCALYPSE. Don't get them twisted. Ant, you're late to the show, but we did this, man. We really did this. This is the BYEPOCALYPSE, dog. Ha, 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 ha. So if you have to start Thomas Rawls, you got to do what you got to do to get those puntos. But I do think he will 100p outscore McKissick, and that's a really tough situation to project, especially if Carroll wants to go with the hot hand. But I do believe that Rawls is the preferred back, does more than McKissick. Isn't it crazy that Alex Collins got cut from that team in training camp? Like, they have 4 mediocre running backs and they let Alex Collins walk. It just, sometimes these teams confuse me with the decisions they make, but I get it. I get it because Collins and McKissick are kind of the same. They're two faces of the same coin, and the Seahawks couldn't afford to keep 9 running backs. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the worst situation in football. What are you going to do? But run out the clock, because there's 20 minutes left, and your boy is still out here, so suck on my knob. I had a Halloween costume today, guys. I hope you liked it. I really brought it. Did I get through all the segments? Yeah, we did the rookie stuff. We did the ranking stuff. We did the draft on draft. We're tapped out, dude. 20 minutes. I got nothing left for you. When are we executing Pryor? Ooh, 33-16 final. Very nice. That's a win. Somebody asked me about Josh Doxson earlier in the show. Doxson, the most interesting quote of the week was Jay Gruden saying, that we drafted Josh Doxson to be a number 1 receiver. That has to mean something. Those aren't empty words, you know? So Doxson, who essentially replaced Terrell Pryor for the first couple series on Monday Night Football, has to be the guy to look at moving forward if you're looking at a guy. Because he seems most inclined to lead production. And the Redskins seemed most inclined to have him lead production. So that's squeaky wheel syndrome. They want to give him the grease. We're going to put him in our lineup. I think this week is kind of a big risk, but if I had to own one Washington receiver today, it would be Josh Doxson, or Chris Thompson, honestly, is the best receiver on that team. But Doxson is, out of Crowder and Pryor and Doxson, sucks to say, because, I mean, we're admitting bust on a couple of guys, but I go with Doxson. Thank you, Tony. What a London game. What a game. Should have taken the over. These 39-point overs, they're such a joke. Every time I see an over under 40, I should be jumping on it. It's so stupid. It's like double-digit dogs. You just grab them. You're going to be fine. I think the Browns play the Giants this year. Do the Browns play the Giants? No, the Giants play the Niners. It is what it is. Yeah, they got a couple opportunities. What are you going to do? They got a 21-year-old starting quarterback. Their starting quarterback is like just figuring out alcohol. Yeah, Anthony, how about that? There's that. There's a lot. Calvin dude, can you imagine week 16 bidding all your free agent dollars on Megatron, and then he gets like 1 catch for 8 yards? I like these guys. This is another live football show that I watch. This is my buddy Mitchell Renz at Chat Sports, and he goes half an hour to kick off every week. He just bangs out questions, but he's in like a full studio in Dallas. He's got the hookup. And they just like paired him with this girl who was like in a sorority at Florida State. I don't know what she does, but she knows decent amounts of football, and they're cute together. They're not a couple. They're just a photogenic football studio show, and I like watching them. And I hope that they see this and reciprocate. Fly me out to Dallas. Let's chill. Let's get some margs. And we could sing about my Jewish dad, that country song we wrote today. Week 10, Niners versus the Giants. Giants will win. Gorgalore, baby. This is why you're the favorite. Speak those truths. Speak those truths. We're going to beat hard into the ground. I don't even know what that means. I can't believe people aren't making... I can't believe Barstool isn't making jokes about this Niners quarterback. The Bears did not just sign Inman. They traded for Inman. Yeah. If you're the Lions, why would you give up Megatron's contract to a division rival, though, Anthony? Like, come on now. Or Tony. That's a Tony one. Smallwood or Dougie? No PPR. Dougie. You know why? Because all the girls love it. All I need is a beat that's super funky, and for you, back it up and do it. Put your hands out front, lean side to side. You know they hate it when they see me on that Dougie ride. That's a bop, dude. Can I Dougie? No. Will I Dougie? Yes. Keith, get that at that wedding, by the way. If you need a wedding playlist, if you got an Irish wedding and Teach Me How to Dougie doesn't play, fuck you. Sorry for cursing. I've been really trying to not curse, but I do like that thing. It's like Alex Jones is like screams like, Hillary's coming to make y'all gay. I'm sorry. I lost my temper. I love that. With all due respect, like it's the same kind of thing. Chair dancing is the best. All I need is a beat that's super funky, and for you. I was rooting for Young Hoku. I mean, I don't understand what Aguayo's deal is. It's got to be Yips, right? It's got to be Rick Ankiel, Burt Blyleven, Blair Walsh-esque Yips, because the guy was really good in college. The Miami Hurricanes have a really good kicker right now. Badgley, he looks like a guy who just bought a boat, but he's, when it comes to location, he is right down the middle. Badgley, right? Or Bladgley? He looks like a yacht club boy. It's Yips. We were just watching that Rick Ankiel Real Sports. That'd be today we watched 2 YouTube videos, and then we fired up HBO Go and watched a full Real Sports segment about, you know, these pitchers, man, when they don't have it, they don't have it. Maybe Roberto Aguayo should start chugging tequila before the games. Relax, dog. Relax, dog. I'll be like Smooth. Can you teach me how to... Oh, gonna blast that when the game is over. What? Turning bright cherry red. We know Jose Reyes beat his wife. We know! All-timer. What's going on? Are the cops outside? Damn. Fuzz. I didn't even know. Don. He's a monster. Ooh. Ooh. 13 minutes, boys. Get your questions in. I'm out here. I won't be here. Don calls the cops on me every week. That guy whose fantasy show, by the way. So I put the fantasy show here. I was like, I like this guy. He put the tweet out. He was like, hey, he was like, hey, send in your fantasy questions, #AskMitchellLive, and I'll answer them on the show. And I replied, is my dad ever coming back? I hope he liked that. Because if people, sometimes I'm in this fantasy football network and people don't get the humor, and then they see that, it's like, Twitter's a wide open place, but like everybody is out here like, hey, send me your fantasy questions. Send me your questions. Send me your questions. I'm just like, why is my dog not moving? My dad went to get milk 2 years ago. Mom, is mom gonna stop drinking when she gets a job? So good. Just leave him. Just drop that tweet and deuce. Why is Yaz doing stuff with his shirt? That's a good question, though. I'm not about to be swatted, but, you know, there have been threats. Just gotta keep my eyes on the prize. Natural light coming in. I'm not schwitzing so much today. I just didn't wear... I've been wearing some stuff to just, like, clean it up, and it's making it worse. Lifestyle. What's in the 1 o'clock slate? Good games. The Vikings are 6-2 for the record, by the way. Vikings are 6-2. Let's look at the box score real quick. Break down what we saw in this game. Or I didn't see. You guys saw in this game. Case Keenum, 288, 2 totes. Tony, come on, man. I'm an Old Spice man. Fuck out of here with that axe. Sorry for my language. What the is wrong with you? Sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I don't wear axe. Stopped with the axe a long time ago. See, like, here's the thing, Armel. Like, you didn't want McKinnon because you thought the Browns' run defense was probably pretty good. McKinnon had 14 rushes for 50 yards with a 10-yard rush. 13 rushes for 40 yards is horrible. Like, horrendous. 19 of 39 for Murray is not much better. I have Murray in a DraftKings. That's a loss. But McKinnon, he burned him with 6 catches for 72 yards. So that's a 13 PPR score without a rushing touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Crazy. No Drakkar Noir. I have some other colognes that are just as musty. Some Lagerfeld. I got some stuff with some stuff on it. I'm always iffy about cologne because cologne is like, there's a very fine line with cologne, and I don't always am able to smell it on myself, and I don't always know if I want people close enough to me where they can smell it. And then there's the whole thing where, like, if you wear it on some days, but if you go to places where you normally don't wear it, and then everyone just gives you so much shit for wearing it, like there's something wrong with wanting to smell good. Whatever. Perfume over cologne, by the way. Perfume over cologne. Ooh, loving radar trends for Philadelphia. Really good clearing. Likely only light rain lingering. Jets, the exact opposite. Wow. Jets gonna pour. That's brutal. I mean, it's raining pretty hard out right now. Versace has great smelling stuff. Sprayed on your wrists, rub each side of your neck and rub your wrists together. But sometimes I just feel like one spritz is not enough. But if you can smell it, other people can really smell it. That's the thing that I'm starting to figure out. Armani Co Black's really popular. A girl told me that Victoria's Secret Sexy for Men was like a really good one. But I could just never bring myself to, like, go into Victoria's Secret and get it. And also, like, when I was a late bloomer, and I used to, like, at the mall, like, with good-looking people, used to be so weird. Like, I would never go into Abercrombie's, just, like, never go into, like, Hollister. Like, I just didn't feel, like, cool enough to go into those stores. So weird. So dumb to even think about. But, your boy spent a lot of time at Lids and EB Games, you know what I mean? So, like, when you walk by, like, wow, those dudes are shirtless outside. I'm just like, I'm not that guy. So, didn't go Victoria's Secret or Abercrombie. Even when I'm in Sephora with Chelsea, I'm just like, it's not 100% comfortable. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, cologne's good. I'm glad we all can appreciate hygiene. I feel like showering. I bottle up the smell of the halal guys whenever I'm in the city, and that's my cologne. Some white sauce, some red sauce, splash some rice on my face, and I step out and enjoy the day. Do I want to smell like chicken or lamb today? I'm going to go with mixed platter. A very lewd... Why does he have to be homosexual? Why can't he just be a very rude man? But I feel like also, yeah, there is a certain amount of defensiveness in Sephora. And also the people who work at Sephora, 40% of them are like dependent on makeup to feel good about themselves. And they're very protective of like, you know You don't know makeup. I fucking know makeup. Sorry for my language. So don't come in here and try to tell me what you need. Sephora has there's some classism going on there. But there's a lot of contouring too. There's a ton of contouring. Girls all be looking the same now. I got all the same. It's one look. Brush up, brush up, brush up. I need a bleep guy. Armel, I need a guy. Period. Yeah, look, no, like I just need a guy. Tony, yeah, Tony, that's 100% true. Like, there's no way that's not true. Let's see what Reddit spent. We've been doing Reddit ads to promote the show, like banner ads on Reddit, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been getting expensive because Reddit's super popular. And then sometimes I forget to turn it off because it's really only supposed to run during the show. Sometimes I forget to turn it off, and then it kills me. So let's look at this. Just give you guys a peek behind the glass here. This is today. I spent $82 in ads today, $82.30. I'm turning them off because the show's ending. But 232,000 people saw the ad. 100 people clicked on the ads. I think one goes to this page, one goes to the Gronk interview. And click rate less than 0.5%. So not a good number, but we spent a decent amount, and now we don't have to spend for the rest of the week. That's a lot of impressions, though. That's the thing, is it gets the name out there and people know that it exists. And so just a peek behind the looking glass, show you guys what I'm about. Make sure those are off. Last week I caught like 50 in extra charges because you just leave it on during the day. It's brutal. Hey, what's going on, Sounds of CSG? Oh no, didn't get early enough to put McKinnon back in. I'm sorry, man. Oh, Tanner, you just threatened to shoot up a Sephora? Good fucking God, bleep. Oh my goodness. Doug Martin or Dion Lewis, if you get to it quick enough, 0.5 PPR. Yeah, I get to Doug Martin, get to Dougie Fred, get to the Muscle Hamster, get to Doug. Gotta be like smooth. Can you teach me how to Dougie? You know why? Because all the girls. We got 4 minutes, bleep. We can watch Matthias Glass again if you guys want to. It's 2 minutes and 20 seconds. We can do Matthias Glass and we can hit the theme song. We can call it a day. Sounds of CSG, if you're still here, we can watch our video from Comic-Con. If you want to see the video from Comic-Con from last week, we're going to play it right now. I'll let you decide. You have 8 seconds to decide. More La Greca. Nice. Tell me what you want to see. Because I got running clock and I got, what you call it? What you call it? What you call it? Red Zone. Gotta play the theme song. Deontay Thompson, Tyrod Taylor played in the All-American high school game. They all played together for a couple years following somewhere. I like that interview, so I picked up Thompson. Makes sense. Rough, man. Well, hopefully Freeman kills it. Sounds of CSG. Check out this video that I made at Comic-Con. This is one of the more tremendous cosplays I've seen today.
Cosplay?
Sir, you showed up and you described your costume in one word to me, and I said, what are you? And you said,
I'm Jewish.
Hava Nagila. How about that? You're really repping here.
I am.
What's with these? What's with the boots?
I'm a professional wrestler.
Oh, really?
On top of being Jewish, I wrestle every weekend up and down the East Coast, internationally.
Okay.
I throw my hat at people. I hit people with bagels.
Oh my God.
My name is Matthias Glass, the Hasidic Outlaw.
Is that because Hebrew Hammer was taken? It just
I
seems
don't like that one.
Finish this sentence. Baruch atah Adonai.
No. I failed Hebrew. I am the Hasidic Outlaw for a reason. My family does not condone what I do.
This is a fantasy football show. Do you play?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Okay. Can you give me your top 5 Jews? We do power rankings. It's a big thing.
It's definitely not going to be in football.
No. Thank you.
Okay.
I got that.
All right. Goldberg from WCW.
Great pick. That's 5.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Great pick.
Yeah, Barbara Streisand, Don Rickles.
Top 5 Jews. We're doing top 5 Jews.
Larry David.
Can you cut a promo right now as the Matthias Glass? I'm here with Matthias Glass. He's got a big matchup against the indomitable Pope.
Matthias, how do you plan on winning this matchup?
This Saturday, I'm gonna be Jewish at UWA Elite. Listen, boy chick. I'm one of the chosen people. Not only am I one of the chosen people, I'm the chosen people's chosen person. At the end of the match, I'm gonna hit you with the menorah punch, and then you're gonna get circumcised. Oi!
I can't believe you didn't think it was Jewish.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Jews are very
Get
diverse.
out of here!
All right.
He's going to be walking for 40 years.
Mic's up. That's it, baby. That's the show today. Y'all are so beautiful. You know I love hanging out with you every single Sunday. And we're going to play it out, baby. Good luck today. Good luck in all your matchups. Keep me posted on Twitter. I will see you later. We got 2 drafts I'm going to keep you updated with. We're going to try to get a best of during the week, baby. Week 8. We're legitimately halfway through the season. Make it happen. Make the moves. Take charge. Talk shit. Bleep.
Checkdown.